I had you low as shit.
Oh. Get me on your level, boy.
Nice. We're back, Nathan. What episode are we on, baby?
It's a small one. We've barely been doing this. What's it been like 3, 4, maybe 5
Maybe 5. Yeah.
years. We're on episode number 178, Evan.
Yeah, we did this through COVID, baby. We took no breaks, baby. In fact, our audience only grew during COVID. We went from 0 to hero
to Draven.
to Draven.
Oh. Where's Ben? I miss Ben.
I was about to say, shout out to Ben, yo. Ben, the OG.
Ben and Draven, the goats. Orange Grove is a nice pop in every time.
Orange Grove, yeah, I missed the guy. He's great. He's still doing great pods, talking about Bobby Iger. What else? I don't know. I wonder what Draven's first episode of us was. They got him to stick around. Like, hey, maybe these guys aren't crazy.
Yeah, like, why you tune in? Like when the streams, you ring that bell. My God.
But glad to be back. Happy fucking Monday. Last week for me, before Thanksgiving break, the last 2 years, my school district has been giving us the entire Thanksgiving week off. Like usually, it used to be like come in Monday and Tuesday, but then you're off Wednesday through Friday. But now we have like the whole week off. So this Friday is like starts the week-long break for Thanksgiving, which is pretty dang good. So I'm hyped. It gives you more chance to see more movies because Thanksgiving corridor is always like, hey, here's some Oscar movies on top of Wicked, on top of Zootopia, on top of bullshit and bullshit and bullshit. Now I got a chance to go see shit. I saw 3 movies over the weekend too. I saw Running Man. The Running Man. I can't do Coleman Domingo. I saw The Running Man. I saw Now You See Me 3, which might be the best in the trilogy.
Now You 3
might
me?
Be. Let's not let that. Let's not make that.
What? What I say? What?
Pause.
Aren't there 3 new horsemen?
Yeah, there are. That's it. I didn't even think about that. 3 new horsemen for the 3rd movie. Okay.
All amazing young talent.
Great. Dominic Sessa. Was this the 2nd time I've seen him only behind Holdovers? Has he done other shit since Holdovers since then? He has to, right?
He pops up in 1 or 2 other things, but
1 or 2.
I think it's like real big comparatively.
Justice Smith is great. You know, Justice Smith has only let me down 1 time, and that was Jurassic World Rebirth, or the 2nd one, whatever it's called.
Fallen Kingdom, the best
Fallen
one.
Kingdom. Yeah.
The best one.
If only the first act. No, I can't even say that if the first act of Dominion wasn't so bad. The 2nd act is like laughably like the guy smudging his grandpa with the pillow, and then the villain's terrible, and then
I like horror schlock B-movie horror monsters.
That's a disgrace to B-movie horror. B-movie horror.
No, it's not. What have you seen?
OG. What's it called? What am I thinking of? The like certain like mummy, old time mummy shit, which wasn't that good.
You're talking about like the 30s?
Yeah,
arguably the worst of the Universal.
But yeah, I don't want to turn this into a Fallen Kingdom bashing session. I think did I like it more on our rewatch? I don't know if I did. But it had some good moments for sure. Anyway,
that's 7 years to make your peace.
Yeah, but yeah, 9CP3 was fun. The villain, not great, but like none of the villains are great in this franchise. I think we established that, right?
Is
like
it the least worst villain?
Is the least worst villain? I don't know. I mean, what was Harry Potter doing in the 2nd one? Running around.
Avenging his father.
Avenging his father.
He's more so like a pillar for the twist of that, I guess.
Exactly. He's more so just like, oh, I'm a villain, but actually my father's back, so he's a real villain. It's like, okay, here's my cocaine again. Rosamund Pike had this awful accent that just bugged the shit out of me. It was It was like South African German. It was either South African or it was German. I don't know what she was trying to do. It was up and down. I was like, is she an American actress? I think she is, right?
Yeah, maybe British. I don't know, but
I don't
I
think
think
she's
American.
I think she's American.
I didn't even pick up on an accent in the trailer.
I didn't think so either, but I didn't watch that many. I didn't pay attention to her in the trailers at least. But like right from the jump, I'm like, her acting was going up. It's like a wavelength. It was just going up and down. But it was very fun, very, very fun, very focused on its themes. Like I could clearly see the message this time around. And yeah, I'll be. It's not like great, but it's a very fun time. I think we established like none of these movies are great, but I think this is the most fun I've had. The sets were good. Nothing was like overly annoying. Like the second one had some annoying moments. The first one was like, where's the team at? But yeah, I'll be on board for. And yeah, like each of the cast members weren't like they actually meant something to the movie. So that was good.
Right on.
The biggest surprise of the weekend, though, Black Phone 2 slaps.
Oh yeah,
I did not expect to say that. Like Jalen told me like last week or 2 weeks ago, he was like, my friends are saying, Black Phone 2 is pretty good. I'm like, I was gonna go see it like on a regular weekday without Jalen. Yeah. I forgot we had seen Black Phone 1 together. And I was like, oh, you want to see it? Sure, let's schedule a time. And then we tried last Tuesday. Then the theater had a power outage, so we went. So we went Saturday, or we went Sunday, this past Sunday, yesterday. And man, really great movie. Character work, great. Brutal sequences. The supernatural focus was really strong, really good. Madeline McGraw, the younger sister from the first movie, excellent here in this movie. This really is her movie in like a Mason Thames was the focus of the first movie, the brother who gets kidnapped. But now she is kind of like the main lead here. And it digs into their trauma, their family history more, the connection to the grabber. It was just all very strong. Ethan Hawke, they use him sparingly in this movie, just the right amount. And again, I think Scott Derrickson did a great job of the direction too. Certain sequences had this like film texture look to it. To distinguish past and present. And yeah, the supernatural aspects are really fun and engaging and thrilling and brutal and really like there was a moment I was like sat up in my seat like, oh shit. You know me. I don't sit up in my seat. I usually lean back, but I sat up.
You became the meme.
I became the meme. I felt like Leonardo embodied me or I embodied Leonardo, whatever.
We're talking about different memes.
What meme are we talking about?
I'm talking about the one that's like the drawing of the dude who's like laid back in his seat and then it has the arrow directing that he sat forward, like something important going down.
That one too. I'm more than a drawing. I'm a 3D person, not a 2D drawing. Yeah, it's okay. Remind me of the Cynthia Erivo memes going around. Pretty funny. Comedy gold.
I saw one that was a Ray and Ben when they discovered the Force connection. It was just an edit back and forth.
Love that. So yeah, that was my weekend. Go check out those movies, guys. The Running Man was okay. It was solid. It was a fun time. Didn't carry that like Edgar Wright magic like a Baby Driver or like his other movies. I only actually saw one of the Cornetto trilogy.
Ever?
Yeah, but I saw the one with the cops. Hot Fuzz. I saw Hot Fuzz. I haven't seen like what were the other two called? Hot Fuzz 2 and 3? Or?
Shaun of the Dead. Shaun of the Dead's the first one. Then Hot Fuzz. Then The World's End.
No, wait. Then I saw I saw the zombie one. So which one is that? Is that?
That's the first one that came out.
Oh, yeah, and then I saw that one. Then wait, what's Hot Fuzz about?
It's about the police.
I keep confused. I have them both mixed up in my brain. I saw the one with the police. I saw Hot Fuzz.
Shaun of the Dead played, I think, last year for 20th anniversary, which was fun. I got to go see that in Dolby.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah,
Did the enhanced experience of the Dolby sound system make it better?
I think so. That was the second time that I got to see an Edgar Wright anniversary in Dolby because they did the same thing for Scott Pilgrim, and that was a great
Oh, no.
time.
I love Scott
Uh,
Pilgrim.
here's to Last Night in Soho in Dolby.
I like Last Night so people be like the ending sucks, but I don't mind the ending.
I need to watch it. I haven't seen it since theaters, but I really liked it.
Didn't we do a commentary?
We had a discussion where we reviewed that in Eternals, and you were muddled on Eternals, but I brought you around, and I was iffy on Last Night in Soho, and you brought me around. And Carson missed the whole thing,
Carson missed
so
the
he
whole thing.
he doesn't like anything.
No. I think I did a commentary over at Where Heartbreak Feels Good then. I swore I watched that movie with somebody, with some people. Maybe I'm just
Could it be the brother you see everything with?
maybe. I think we saw it together. We saw that one together for sure. Anyways, we're here. We're Monday. We got some shit to talk about, Nathan. Let's get right into it. Let's go to Derry, motherfucker.
Yeah, welcome to it. We're doing it.
Welcome to it, Derry. Derry, welcome to it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
It via it trivia.
We're here.
Yeah.
Officially halfway through the season. Now, my dumbass, I watched the episode and then I watched the what's coming up next? And it showed me a lot.
I think you saw the mid-season trailer.
Nathan, I was going crazy. I was like, is this going on episode 5 about to be a banger? Holy shit.
It's the whole show.
I was like, oh my god, we're meeting Pennywise next week. Like, holy shit.
I think we are. But
it looked so finale-esque. I'm like, there's no way this is all going down in episode 5. This is some crazy shit. And then
buildings and whatnot.
And then a few hours later, I saw that was a mid-season trailer. Got it. Good.
See, that's why you don't watch that. You don't watch those bits. You just go cold turkey until next week.
I'm more of a hot turkey kind of person. I don't want to get salmonella.
All right, motherfucker. You just had an hour of a feast, and you're like, a little more.
Yeah, I watch. I love previews. Give me all the previews. Like Survivor drops 3 sneak peeks, 3 1-minute scenes. I watch them all the time.
That I get. That's the reality TV where it's like you won't believe the shocking thing next week. I can't believe they do this.
Yeah, that's 100%.
I'm going to kill him.
That's 100% what it is. Somebody got voted out last week. That was kind of surprised, and then the sneak peek this week was they got voted out. What happened? Like, oh my gosh. And it's like, I can't.
Someone, you see a teaser clip of someone breaking one of the fire sticks at Idol, at the Tribal, and you're just like, oh shit! See the shocking conclusion.
Yeah, but yeah. So that's the season looks good, but we are officially halfway through the season. I think this might be my favorite episode yet. The premiere was really good. The premiere was really strong. I think it was one of the best premieres we've seen all year. But episode 2 I was kind of mixed on. Episode 3 was an improvement, solid. But this one just had solid improvements for all the characters. And you know me, as an official certified #1 Marge hater, her scene was phenomenal to watch. I didn't look away once. I was clapping. But they played my girl Lily. At the end, that was the only. I was like, "Damn, what? Pennywise, hop off her! That's crazy! What are we doing? What did she do to him? We have to call HR. This is messed up. This is crazy. Every episode she gets played. I'm like, well, come on. Why Lily? Is it because she survived the theater massacre when she really shouldn't have? This is crazy. He has been out for blood for her. Just messing with her brain. I swear to God, he calls the students, he calls everybody to come watch Lily freak out. Because the whole school came to that one room. I was like, come on. Granted, Marge was screaming a lot, but
Yeah,
Heaven forbid there's cameras in these rooms, but I get it, it's the 60s. But yeah.
Well, apparently cameras don't mean dick in Derry,
No.
based on the opening. So I like this episode a lot. This one disturbed me the most, I think.
Oh, nice.
First off, the jump scare got me in the water.
That didn't get to you. Come on.
It got me because I was like,
you knew
what
something
the fuck?
was gonna happen.
Well, I did, but I was like, what is the fish gonna turn into? And it was like, forget the fish, fuck you. Like it got me.
That was pretty good. You're right.
Yeah. But yeah, the Marge scene was disturbing as hell to me. That was disgusting. I was unnerved. I was put off. And then it got real like gruesome saw trap real quick in the shop glass.
The what glass?
The shop class.
Yeah. Like that was because I wonder what that felt like what must it have felt like to go to a degree where you have to like saw your eyeballs off? Was it like pain? Was it extremely painful that you had to make more pain for you and cut it off? Like that was crazy to me. Like, was it pulling her eye sockets like out? Like she could feel it like getting pulled out, and that's what hurt so much.
I don't know what the degree was. I don't know if this was the effect if she met the blade or if this was from the chisel just before. But like we could see one of her eyes is like mutilated. When
permanently,
yeah. But I liked to think that Marge was pulled away just before she made contact with the actual blade. I think that's what happened.
Oh, yes.
That would be really gnarly across the face, if not, because that's a very linear saw.
It was affecting her fake like long eye version. It was affecting like the saw was like cutting into that, but then we saw when Lily's perspective comes into the room, Marge still hadn't gone full into it. Yeah, because that would have tore her head open, basically.
Yeah, it's all perspective because I think she would have kept going.
Which is funny, by the way. Like the '60s, they had like remember the classic, TV shows back in the day. Like, oh yeah, woodworking class. Like, there's a reason those classes stopped. It's dangerous as shit. Like why does a middle school, elementary school, wherever they're at, like have that sharp ass shit? That's crazy.
Yeah, I get nails and a hammer. That's okay, but like the buzzsaw, like only the teacher should handle that, and probably outside, like messy as hell.
Right? Like even like we still have like most high schools now have chemistry classes, but like you can't really do shit without like opening a safe, not a safe, but just like in our at Wanted Hills we had like we had like closets and they would be locked. Like the teacher would have to open it up during science lab day, and then it's like okay, and then they'll warn us like don't burn your hand on the wherever you burn the concoction, whatever.
The Bunsen burner.
A Bunsen burner, yeah. Okay, Nathan with a Bunsen burner.
I never took chemistry.
You never took chemistry? Chemistry was a great class.
I never got it assigned.
But I grabbed it. I grabbed the vial off the Bunsen burner one time because I was going to be late to my AP psychology class. And I was like rushing, and I grabbed it, and I was like, "Hot! It's hot, dumbass!" I know.
Were you putting your potion in your backpack? What are you doing?
I was trying to like hurry up and finish the lab experiment because I didn't want to have to do it the next day.
You had to make more web fluid for your superheroing.
Caught me.
I get it. Yeah.
Absolute
Spider-Man.
Absolute Spider-Man. That'd be a dope series if Marvel ever wanted to lock it.
Good title.
Like Absolute Batman and Absolute Superman are selling like hotcakes.
I love the idea. Since I've heard the ideas of what those all are, they sound so cool. Like Absolute Wonder Woman sounds really cool.
I have downloaded Absolute Batman for free. By the way, if people have I know Comixology is like dead because Amazon owns it all now. But I still have like a Comixology account, and they made Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow finally free. If you have a Comixology account, if you have like a Comixology membership, but I still pay $6 a month for, so I can get a discount on my comic books every month. But anyways, because I had Woman of Tomorrow on my wish list for like years now, And then I got a notification from Amazon saying like this title is now free to download. So I was like, click on it, boop, and it's like 300, 400 pages. I'm like, oh, it's the whole thing, sweet.
Yeah.
Anyways,
isn't it like a read too?
What?
Isn't it a read too? Like, isn't it pretty wordy?
Yeah, yes, that's what I said. It's like 300, 400 pages, and it's very wordy. Yeah, I read like the opening, whatever it was for that. Then I was like, you know what? I'm reading a Star Wars book. I don't like reading multiple things at the same time, so
Sure.
I gotta pace my shit. Anyways, what we're talking about?
Shows.
yeah, I'm the same way. But yeah, Marge scene was just Nathan. It was great. It was really great. And I was worried. I was like, getting into episode 4, I'm like, we have established a formula for this show. You know, kids get scared. Parents either believe them, don't believe them. You know, we get some movement on some storylines. Is it getting stale? Can this show persist for the rest of the season? But as we went through more and more of the episode, I think it can. I think yes, this because it is very hard. It's why there isn't a lot of like horror TV shows because there's only so many times like the kids can get scared in different settings. Like, oh, it happened in school now. Oh, it happened in the woods. Oh, it happened in the cemetery. But like, I think it still is pretty effective because it's happening to different characters each time, minus Lily.
Yeah. I kind of got that effect rewatching the first 8 because I was like, this friend group is large and everyone needs their own solo scares.
Yeah, right. And so I'm still pretty much engaged with it. As I'm talking, I realized I didn't tweet out the show. So I'm pretty much engaged with it, and I'm having a good time. I'm having a great time. But
is that a Blink Twice reference?
Yes.
I think of that quote a lot, actually. That's a good
shout
movie.
out to Naomi Aki.
Naomi Aki, Zoe Kravitz.
What was I gonna say? You talk about it while I tweet our fucking live stream.
Right on. All right. So number 1, Marge hater Evan here. I'm number 1. This sucks, and I wish she would just be better. And I think she was about to. And
I don't give a fuck. Wait, I'm sorry. I'm back. So
go away. I'm talking.
Marge should have no shooters. Why did I see Marge defenders online? Get out of here. She's a horrible character. Get out of here.
You're right. She has shown no signs of good, no redeeming signs, but except that last second. But that's the whole thing. It's like I want Lily to have like a good friend back. I want Marge to not stay terrible. I want her to grow. Also, our boy in our friend group has a crush on her, pretty sure. So I figured she was gonna join our group at some point. But now that was harsh.
What was harsh? I mean, the Marge scene?
Yeah. It was just so gross. I was like visibly like, oh god, fuck. I usually don't.
Yeah, I mean, I love like, you know, I never want to look away because I feel like I'm going to miss something.
You sick fuck.
You certified baby.
Soft
I think, you know what, Nathan? I think this goes full circle back to you. You made me this way. You made me who I am today by forcing me to watch the Saw movies. I was forced not to look away because I was doing a commentary. I had to do it for the fans.
Your like measure of chaotic good and chaotic evil is like oh, look, I'll watch every Saw film, but I draw the line at Terrifier's.
Yeah, Terrifier was nuts. But I mean, but I think the combination of like Terrifier and Saw both like made me fine with what's going on in it. Even though, yeah, what happened to Marge sucks. But it's funny how it's gotten to the point where we have to see that as an audience because like it's hard not to feel bad unless you're me. But so going into the following second half of the season, she can presumably join the friend group now, and she's a little bit less. She's more tamed, right? I shouldn't say the word tamed. That's kind of fucked up. But like she's more. I don't know how to describe it, but like she's been through some shit now. She's been through some shit that Lily can connect to and then that'll connect their friendship once again, and she can probably be with the friend group or the main squad. So we'll see where that goes. So
I
yeah.
once again brings up my lifelong fear of, oh my god, pre-millennium medicine. Can that even fix this?
Oh, yeah. Oh, the what are you talking about, the pill that they were trying to take there?
And I'm talking about her eyes now. I'm like, can
Oh, her
Marge
eyes.
get her eyes fixed in the 60s? I don't know.
No, I mean, as we said, her right eye, she physically stabbed that one,
Yeah.
so that one's gone.
Maybe surface level.
She gonna become fucking Jack Sparrow pirate ass. Somebody give her an eye patch or something. And we can't give her a fake eye. I don't know if in modern day, Nathan, if something happened to your eye, would you rather get the eye patch or would you rather I think we have some more I don't know if people get fake eyes these days or whatever happens. Like, what happens if you stab what happens if something bad happens to your eye? Like, what's the steps?
I think you can get your eye replaced. Like, I think the corneas can be.
I think so too.
Paired together. I think it's easier that I'm assuming that we have that developed more than like connecting nerves to the spine. That's still like a big thing to overcome.
Yeah.
It's like we can't do brain surgery. We can't switch brains. We don't have that ability to combine every optic nerve together. There's like billions. But yeah, with the eyes, I think eye transplants are a thing. I saw 7 pounds. I know it, so it must be true.
That was in 7 pounds eye surgery.
Yeah, he donates his eyes to one of the people.
Oh, nice.
And that person, Woody Harrelson.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good job. Good job. Nice.
Tied it all together, baby.
Now you see me. So yeah, so that was cool. Draven, what is up? So that lady Lily was talking to, that was also at the asylum. I don't trust her.
I could trust her. I don't think she's like entrapping Lily of like, we got you, Lily. Now we have an excuse to keep you here forever. I don't think it's that kind of thing.
See, Nathan, you gotta think like me and Draven. All the adults in this show are sus unless you're black. And even then, we'll talk about what happened with the Hank Grogan reveal. But yeah, that's a good shout though, Draven. We don't know much about her. We know some shit is bad about the asylum. Remember, like my response to like episode 2 or 3 was like, we don't see anything that goes on at the asylum, but we know that Lily is best friends with the asylum maid, nurse, whatever. So I don't think anything is wrong with her, but I will keep my eye on her. Good catch, Draven. You never know what might be up. Derry is fucked up. You never know what might be up here. But does she even give Lily any good advice in that scene? What is she like? She was like, just trust your friends or whatever, just like what she said.
Basically, like, just because things seem like they can be brushed off, don't let that discourage you from continuing your investigation.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Because we continue off of last week with the cemetery reveal, and predictably the police are like, this is bullshit, and most of it was bullshit. And even the the shooting gun of Pennywise in a hat in the corner, even I would be suspect if I was a police chief there. But I would also believe kids. These people refuse to believe anything the kids are going through. I would at least take it seriously. Which I like that Will's mom.
Yeah.
I should really know her name because she's a great character. But Will's
Nora?
mom. What?
Is it Nora?
Nora Hanlon? Maybe.
Am I pulling that out of my ass? I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm usually not good with names.
Draven, if you're listening, what's Will's mom and dad's name?
Mr. and Mrs. Will.
Mr. and Mrs. Hanlon. I know their last name. I don't really know their first name. But what was I gonna say? So yeah, let's just go character by character before we get to the. My favorite sequence was the end of the episode with the Native American flashback. That was really strong.
Full origin.
We had Katara from Last Airbender live action TV show. She played the Native American's daughter in the flashback, which was cool. I was like, she looks familiar. But then I saw on Twitter.
You mean Katara is not white? What do you mean?
Then I saw on the on Twitter that was her. She gets to play 2 Native American roles in a row. Nice.
Nice.
But
he is.
Yeah, well, yeah, very true.
Emma got to play 2 black characters in Timeless.
But I like this episode specifically. Let's start off with, I think, one of the more important characters for this episode, Will. A bigger focus on Will Hanlon, the son, the main son in this series. We really got to focus on him, as Pennywise seems to be latching on to him specifically with a lot of the nightmare sequences. He gets hit with the fish scene, as we talked about earlier. Wanted to spend some time with his dad, who's been away at the army base for most of the season now. Finally get to spend some time with Will when they go fishing, and then boom, Will gets hit by a Pennywise attack, which was crazy. So specifically, though, as they're fishing, Dad goes to get some extra fishing line. Will gets pulled under by a version of his dad saying, "You'll burn too," which everybody, we've all been talking about as soon as Will came into the series about the whole burning aspect, about how like he might burn in the future. I think, what do we establish? Like he burns or his son burns, something like that.
I believe he is the one who is Mike's father, who burns in the fire.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So not great. Draven said it's Charlotte and Leroy, by the way.
Right on. Screamer didn't want to tell me that. All right.
Yeah. I thought wasn't there a way to put comments on the screen? What happened to that feature?
Yeah, that is a feature, but I fear it might get in the way of you. That's all right there.
Yeah. That's all right. That's okay. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, Charlotte is a great character. Leroy, also good character. Leroy is a black name. That's hilarious. You don't meet a lot of Leroys nowadays. I think that stayed in the 60s, 70s, 80s.
Leroy Jenkins.
Charlotte. I know one Charlotte, and it's the co-host of Sky Talkers. I don't know the other. I don't know any other Charlotte in my life.
I used to work with the Charlotte.
Nice. I think Charlotte's a very South name. You don't hear a lot of Charlottes in the North.
In Europe. I'm sure there's some in Europe. I feel like a Charlotte.
No. I meant to say the North, like Ohio, the Midwest states. You don't hear a lot of Charlotte.
Right.
Yeah, I bet like Georgia, Florida. I bet there's a lot of Charlottes down there. Anyways, the Will scene was great there, and again, I like how, contrary to a lot of other parents, Leroy gets on it. Like he immediately goes to, after the sequence with the fishing, he immediately goes to Halloran to talk about, like, yo, my son is having these visions, these like nightmares. What is going on? What are we tracking down here? Because he instantly knows how Halloran has been talking about, like, connecting to something very sinister in Derry.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And even Halloran's like, I don't know. It's like, but it's bad or whatever. Doesn't give him any straight answers. But then it happens again for Will at night when he's having a nightmare. He looks outside his window and he sees Pennywise pulling a Michael Myers, just staring up at Will, which was very funny because Leroy, one, blames the mom for being like, look what you did. because we'll get to what Charlotte's doing in a second. But she's been very active, civil rights movement type shit for Derry. Where is Derry located, by the way? What's the state for Derry? Indiana? Where are they
Maine.
at? Maine? Okay.
9 out of 10 times your Stephen King story is in Maine. That's where he grew up.
Got it. At least somebody got to represent Maine. It's a pretty basic state.
Fictional town, Derry.
What was I going to say? So yeah, he blames her. Then he goes outside and says like, "Who wants some? Who is it?" Of course, it's nobody. I have expected like Pennywise to still be there, still like looking at Leroy. That'd been very funny.
He's a balloon.
But then, like for the rest of the kids, as I talk about, like Will is also the one earlier in the episode to talk about like, okay, nobody's believing us. But one thing that we have to set ourselves straight with is the fear aspect. I might have a theory, he says, about how Pennywise consumes our fear. He talked about how, like, he gets full science guy with it, full on, like,
Bill Nye
the science guy, exactly. He goes full on talking about how the fear glands, the adrenaline, the whatever, like, he might be consuming that. And that's why he hasn't like straight up killed us yet, because he easily could have killed us plenty of times. But he likes making them envelop in fear a lot of the time, and then he kills them. Which Richie was like, yeah, I don't like this at all. But we know that Will is exactly correct. So yeah. But also, lastly, what were your thoughts on like the kids? Their plan to get out of that whole fear scenario was to take some pills. I think who was the one that brings this up? Was it Will the one who brings this up? The first pill idea?
Lily does, because her mom takes them.
Okay, is this lorazepam or is this ibuprofen? What are they taking here?
I don't know. I assume Xanax.
Xanax. Okay.
I feel like that makes me more sleepy though.
Xanax, lorazepam. But what was very funny, I was like, you guys better not take this in school. You guys are getting like suspended or whatever. Like, you just take it. Like, I guess they have to take it when shit starts getting real. But it drops in the toilet for Lily. Did she ever fish it out, or she gets too crazy and she has to go?
She got it, and I assumed the plan was to give it to Marge, which I'm like, oh, ew, but it saved your life.
So she got it. She did her hand in there and got it.
Yeah, I wasn't able to give it to Marge in time because she was wrestling her, and then, oops.
You think she washed her hands?
No, they're covered in blood now. So,
yeah, that's a good point. So yeah,
Marge speak up for Lily.
100%. I think Marge is going to be like, because we can't keep. That was the only annoying part where I'm like, okay, if Lily gets suspended and then she has to go to the asylum again, it's like we can't keep doing this. But one way to not keep doing this and give Marge some redeeming circumstances is to just have her. Yeah, I saw that. But is to have Marge just like defend Lily. Be like, no, Lily did not stab me in the face. I know that for a fact. My eyes were going crazy. She was in the stall, but nobody knows that besides Marge. Draven says, "Hey, it's in the '60s. They all just need to end up on LSD," which maybe. I
feel like a case could be pled from Marge, just like, yeah, there was a bug in my eye, which is the scientific cause of what she was hallucinating. So, I don't know.
Wait. You saying a case could be made? What do you mean? That she's going to say that? She can say that?
Oh, no. Well, I mean, hopefully,
bug in my eye.
Well, unless she also gets thrown into Juniper for mutilating herself.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's a great question, actually. Yeah, I don't know what Marge's excuse will be for that. Just say like, she can just say they wasn't my eyes were. Just say my eyes like were in constant pain. My eyes were bleeding. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's no like doctor explanation for what Marge was going through, obviously. So very hard to track. We just know it wasn't Lily, and we just need Marge to say it wasn't Lily. But I guess we can talk about Marge a little bit here. I hate this character. I hate this character so much. Like, I feel like, Nathan, I feel like we're not friends. I miss. Can we start over? First of all, I have never uttered the words, "Can we start over?" That's the corniest shit ever. I gotta admit. But also, as like a whatever, I don't know what grade they're in, 6th grade, 7th grade. Nobody talks like that. Hey, can we start over? Like, nobody talks like that. Stop
It's
it.
a 67 and it's swell.
Yeah, I did love how Lily was on point with like she said swell. She said something else that I was just like the 60s dialogue is very funny.
I did feel so bad for Lily for the entire build up that I was just like, she's gonna turn to Carrie at this point. This is terrible.
Honestly, for real. Is that also Stephen King? Carrie?
It is, yeah.
That's funny. So
I think it's his first book, at least his first horror.
Nice. But yeah, that was just wild. Like, so Marge is saying like, let's connect, Lily. Let's get together. Do you want to sit with me at lunch? Like, this was set up crazily. Like, so her friends told Marge's fake friends, the potty cakes, whatever they're fucking called.
Terrible name.
I don't even know what they're called.
That's what they're called. Yeah.
I said potty cakes. Is that real? Potty cakes?
No. Patty cake.
Patty. Okay, yeah. I was like, potty doesn't make sense to me. But patty cakes. Patty cakes is the game, right? Yeah. So yeah, her friends off screen had to have been like, you know what? For no reason whatsoever, by the way. They had to be like, you know what, Marge, I want you to talk to Lily, act like you want to be friends again, invite her to lunch. During lunch, we'll get one of the other jocks to walk by 10 minutes down the line. He will look at her, smile, and then Lily will feel all giddy. I want you to egg her on, say that he likes her, so then she can she can go talk to him. And when she does talk to him, then he can finally say, ha, it's a prank, and then we'll laugh.
How bored do you have to be?
Is that it? Like, what the fuck, Nathan? Right? Like, come on.
How evil do you have to be to just be like, let's just make this girl want to kill herself, basically?
This 5-step plan to make Lily feel bad. Exactly, Nathan. I don't get it.
There's so many steps too. We're just like, Jesus.
Like, there's other, like, is Lily the only girl in this school that they don't just like fuck with? Then, like, come on, like, mess with somebody else, or don't mess with anybody, please. But like, like it's just crazy. Pennywise, lock in, dude. Lock in. These are
they're kids.
Get
people
them to scare. Yeah. Get them. What the fuck? How about Lily? What the hell?
Well, they'll probably use them as henchmen.
Maybe. Like the Bowers in the other movie.
Yeah.
Good call. But yeah, just hopefully in the next half of the season, these kids can get a great comeuppance. Because I felt like Marge had her comeuppance this episode. I think we're going to be on Marge. No more Marge fraud watch. Hopefully, again, from a writer perspective, not that it's a smart or a great thing, but it's like, okay, we wrote Marge to be this awful character who hardly anybody should and can sympathize with. Even though, again, I saw some people being like, you know what, I got to defend Marge today from the fandom. Like, for what? What? Name me one redeeming quality about Marge. There is none. But anyways, I think from a writer perspective, you want to get Marge to have this horrific accident that everybody in the fandom can be like, okay, that was fucked up. So then she hits her rock bottom, and then she has no choice but to hang out and trust Lily finally. And hopefully move away from the patty cakes. Even if the patty cakes are gonna ruin themselves, because they're gonna look at Marge with a missing eye and be like, ew, gross. Like, you look weird, you look disgusting. That's 100% what's going to happen. And then Marge is gonna be like, you guys don't want to talk to me anymore because I look weird now? And they're gonna be like, yeah, we don't fuck with you anymore, Marge. You're weird. You're crazy. Either they're gonna be like, you went crazy or you look crazy. One of those two things, maybe both. And then that's gonna force Marge to hang out with Lily, who's obviously gonna be one of the only ones who understands her. Yeah. So yeah, I did a lot of talking there. What were your thoughts on everything that was going on with Charlotte this episode?
Good stuff, man. Great character, doing the clear right thing, not being passive. I really like every avenue she take. Like you could tell how much experience she's had in these cases before, that she knows the right avenues to pursue to get the justice that's deserved.
100%. As she quickly realizes, this case with Hank Grogan is open and shut in terms of discriminatory practices. He did have as Bowers says, like, this ain't the South. Of course, we gave him a defense attorney, but the defense attorney is off screen pretty bad by not telling him the rights that he does have, and the rights that were skipped over in terms of like what he was allowed to have and allowed to do. I forget the specifics, but like he got done dirty, etc. But then, as I mentioned last week, I knew I wasn't going crazy. The big thing here is that, like, okay, he is set to go to Shawshank. He's going to get some days in Shawshank, but through Charlotte's methods and resources, she is able to get him on basically house arrest in the near future. But before that happens, she's asking him, okay, you obviously, given your extreme reaction, you did not kill those kids. They probably know you didn't kill those kids, but you were outside. And remember, I said last week, I was like, Nathan, he definitely didn't see. We know he didn't kill the kids, but I said last week, like, he definitely seemed like he did something. The show is making a point to be like, okay, caught you with the cigarette. Like, you were definitely outside. They got you red-handed. 4K, not 4K, 2K, but like,
144p.
144p. Yeah, good call. So what really happened? Of course, he didn't say anything except like, I didn't kill those kids. And like, obviously, he didn't kill the kids. But finally today, I'm like, okay, is Charlotte gonna break him down? And she does. Mm-hmm. Oh boy. This is
What's
not
the
good,
problem?
Hank. Not good, Hank. So Hank, she says like, okay, Hank, you can trust me. I trust you. Just tell me what happened. He was like, okay, I admit, I was out with somebody, and I'm like, oh no. Oh no. Immediately I knew what happened. Immediately I was like, don't tell me, Hank. Don't tell me you didn't do this in the 1960s. But he says he was out with a woman. And
married.
And I think married. A married woman. I was like, oh, a married. When a black person at the time says married woman, 100% is a white woman. So I like how Charlotte was like, why, like instantly. I think I voiced it the same time as Charlotte. I was like, white woman. He's like, yeah. And he was like, I didn't want her to get in trouble. Her husband. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, her husband might kill her. No, but then he does say like, I'll be hung up on a tree. Like, you 100% would. You'll get the L word. He'll get lynched, and probably far worse. And yikes, this cannot come to light. Somebody on Twitter did say, like, for a second there, I thought he was going to be like, I was the gay lover, which was very funny. But
what's funny?
This mostly funny because like I didn't say it would be funny. Funny doesn't mean bad. But
funny how funny. Like clown, like the Pennywise the dancing clown. I amuse you.
Exactly. But I instantly knew. I was like, it's not a gay thing. That's more so like if this show took place like in the 80s and 90s, maybe. But like 60s.
I think that was kind of a thing with Richie in the second one.
Was it?
Yeah, he is gay.
Okay, I forgot. I saw it too like one time for the good time. That was it. But yeah,
commentary.
No, Bob.
Next year, tune in.
Yeah, we'll pencil it in for our lead up to It, Welcome to Derry season 2.
I do want to ask you, do you think this is
No.
all right. Let me rephrase. How do you feel about like somebody like approaching like these movies in this show? Like, do you think the show is a good lead-in to the movies, or would you like? Do you think it's more preferable to go into the movies first and then the show?
Movies first, baby. Well, watch the movies first. I think get a deeper appreciation for what Pennywise is and what's going on. I think it wouldn't matter so far, but
Mhm.
yeah, I think
But
the movie.
that's an interesting thing for me because like I'm watching this and I'm like, with how much of a slow burn it is to actually reveal the full actualized clown look of Pennywise and like building up like this creature where it comes from versus the first movie where he's in like the first 5 minutes like in clear as day. Like I could see the potential of like that slow build to this iconic character.
Yeah, it's true. Like, and I think Andy and his wife Barbara did a very smart to slowly seed him throughout this first season. I don't know if they'll do the same technique in subsequent seasons, but we'll have to wait and see.
Is the plan still to be like jump to previous 27 years for the
I
season?
don't know. I have noticed we're getting a lot of like 1930s references. Like shit went down in 1930s, right? Like
Yeah.
in that sequence with Lily's talking to the asylum nurse, she says like, yeah, like I have seen shit did get crazy in the 30s. It was the Depression era. Kids were going missing, so it wasn't like out of the ordinary because families couldn't pay for the whole family. So unfortunately, kids were just left behind, which is historically accurate. But also, like, it is a good jumping off point to be like, yeah, kids are going missing in the 30s because Pennywise was there. And season 2 is like Derry in the 30s. But also, again, like I said, I mentioned this last week, the audiences are getting attached to these kids unless they all get killed. We know Will doesn't get killed, but like, I don't know. I just feel like I don't know. I feel like people are getting attached to these kids. I would personally want. I am anti-anthology a lot of the time. I do want to I want to follow these characters again. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah. I was
But
wondering because
yeah.
this episode reaffirmed from the general character that the window of time before Pennywise's hibernation is coming to a close.
So are you saying that he's about to go into hibernation?
Yeah, like their operation doesn't have a lot of time left. They need to like move as soon as they can because he's about to re-enter his hibernation. We don't know where that is.
That was this episode. He said that. I don't remember that.
It said, I think just before Halloran does his shining on the boy.
Okay, interesting. I must have missed that. I wonder how. I guess Halloran can sense it maybe, and Halloran told Bowers. But that's very interesting. But yeah, again, I would personally want a season 2. But if we go to the 1930s, we could do what Monarch Legacy of Monsters does. Ironically, we're going to be talking about that coming up soon here. But Monarch did it pretty damn well, I think, in its first season, going back and forth between time periods with the past storyline and the present day. We could have a season 2 where we stick with Lily and the gang in the 60s, but then half the episode we can just sequester off to what's going on in the 30s. That'd be pretty interesting. But that'd be a lot too. Like you're gonna have a full kid group in the 30s and a full kid group in the 60s. It might be a lot to handle. I think Monarch did it very well by just keeping it to like 3 characters in the past. That's all you really had to care about. But they travel in more than 3s with the It shows and the movies. So we'll see. Is there more to talk about here prior to the ending here? So The kids are going through it. We saw Will going through it. Lily. Nothing much from Ronnie this episode, even though we did get more focus on Will's crush on Ronnie from the parents' perspective. Charlotte goes to Ronnie's house, mentions how Will is now best friends with Ronnie, and she wants to help Will out by helping Ronnie out. And nothing much from Richie this week, even though he kept playing around at the beginning of the episode. Like, dude, stop playing around. Act serious. But that's Richie. Yeah, I don't think we... Rose met Charlotte this week as well. Rose is the Native American woman here. She did meet Charlotte and kind of asked Charlotte, like, hey, like, basically, what's your husband getting up to? And Charlotte was like, I can't tell you, basically, them boys and their secrets. So Rose is like, crap, I can't get any information out of Charlotte. But they do form a bond. Rose does give Charlotte her number, so that might come into play in the second half of the season. I really like Rose as a character. She's very informative, very interesting. But yeah, okay, I think it's time. The thing that worried me about future seasons is how many times do we have another group of kids going around trying to figure out what's going on with it. That is true. That is true. That is true. So that is worrisome. Which is kind of what I brought up at the beginning of the episode. Like, we know between It Chapter 1, It Chapter 2, and basically only 4 episodes from this season. It's like we have a formula now. Kids go to Derry, they get scared, Pennywise fucks around with them, and then he kills them.
Unless we could figure out his game.
Not much to do there. What does seem to be interesting, if we do go to the 30s, is that, like, the Great Depression era is, like, very, very interesting just based on setting alone. Like, you can do a lot of, like, tell me the last show that we were in the 30s for, right? Like we
Boardwalk Empire.
Was that 30s?
Maybe.
I heard that was a good show. What
was the Prohibition era?
Prohibition era was like later than that, right? That was like 50s, 60s.
Really?
Definitely post World War II, right? Am I going crazy?
I feel like we would have been past.
I am the American history teacher. So
let me school his ass real quick.
No, you're right. It's the 20s and 30s. Wow.
Hey.
Well, I thought post World War II. What am I talking about then? Prohibition.
Talking about World War II.
Post World War II. Was there anything going on post World War II?
Cold War. Right.
I guess 60s. Not. I'm going crazy.
When was?
I'm going post World War One. That's my excuse. That's my excuse. Okay. I was like, I know it was after a war. It was after a war because the soldiers came back home. And then yes. So I wasn't going crazy. I was like, I remember in my brain thinking it was after a war. Actually, World War II. Anyways, what was I gonna say? I forget. I lost my train of thought. But so yeah, I don't think there's anything else from this episode. But getting into the end here, with Halloran's character. By the way, Halloran does get the home away from home for the black people, basically in the woods, which is pretty nice. Pretty cool place for them in the woods. What
ends up becoming known as the Black Spot.
Oh, seriously? That's what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. But yeah, but then Halloran is used effectively at the end of the episode to interrogate Rose's nephew. I forget his name, but Rose's nephew has been scoping out the army base, trying to basically get some information. What?
Daniel?
Is it Daniel or it starts with a T, actually, doesn't it? Is it Daniel?
Daniel, no. It's not his name.
It's not Daniel? I thought it started with a T.
It's Charlotte. Just kidding.
It's Charlotte. Whatever. Draven might know. But either way, Rose's nephew gets captured by the Major, who has Halloran interrogate him. The dude spits in Halloran's face. Halloran gets pissed off and says, "You shouldn't have done that." And starts to interrogate him in a very, very interesting scene. That face shit, Nathan, so cool.
That was cool.
Yeah, I love the execution of it a lot. The way, like, the sound design was really cool in that scene. The way the physical acting from Halloran's actor there was really cool. Going full like Shining, like Force Jedi. Not mind trick. What is it called? Just get into his brain. Was really sick.
Oh, before that, when he is in the woods, before Leroy shows up, he has a vision, kind of like warning, like getting a sense. I think it was just. I don't think this was Pennywise. I think it was just The Shining itself, with a memory of his mother warning him to like keep his keep his lid on tight, make sure he's staying focused and self-aware because something's gonna go down.
Something's coming. Good call. I forgot about that scene. But yeah, so then he goes and interrogates the guy, and at this point he's pissed off, so he's really brutally going into his head. So he goes into his head. There's like a number. I think I'm going to order right here. There's a number of doors, and then he goes into the door and sees the conversation with Rose and the guy, right? Okay, so he sits behind him because he's looking for information. He gets to the right memory where he can get a lot of information. Because Rose basically like expedition. It was pretty lazy, but I liked it. Rose is like, I know you know a lot about this, but please repeat it back to me. About like the
maybe it's like Halloran speaking through the memory.
Oh, really? I thought he was kind of like invading the memory.
Yeah, because he's kind of like disturbingly like pauses her by the end of it, just like the half eye thing, which I think is like a great like mental image of just like letting loose of some control of the mind.
Yeah. So he does that, and then the nephew goes deep into explaining the origins of Pennywise. So what were your thoughts about this whole ordeal here?
Very cool, very expansive from the explanation from it, Chapter 2, which was just kind of it landed and terrorized, took the fear of the natives, and they developed a ritual to house the deadlights. That's effectively all the knowledge that Mike was able to uncover, but it goes a lot deeper here with like the dormancy of Pennywise for a long time until the actual like ancestors moving in on the land, and ultimately well, I meant like the actual like natives ancestors.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah.
What I found really interesting was the fact that like the exploded area where Pennywise originally landed, like those bits are shards of the original encasing of Pennywise himself that kept his essence trapped.
That's what's so interesting. So this rock that they had that has now become the new pillars years and years later. This was space rock, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I wonder where that came from. And, whatever. It's
space
rock. Yeah, it's space rock from the Eternals. That like
kind
is. That encased him. And it broke off. The initial Native Americans just grabbed one shard from it and were able to like fend off Pennywise in the local woods for that long. But then years later, the white colonizers come and they go into the woods, get massacred by Pennywise. Pennywise then grows because of the fear. The same thing that Will was talking about earlier in the episode. He gets stronger based off the fear. The Native Americans didn't fear him because of the shard, but once the white colonizers do, who knew nothing about him, that's when the fear grew. He became even more powerful. That one shard was not able to defeat him. Hence, one young, the daughter of this random tribe from the past, uh, decides that her and her two best friends are going to go back into the cave to go get more shards, more space rock, basically. While this is happening, the girl's mom is like, where does she go? Like, she can't be going out in the woods. She can't be going off on her own. She goes to go track her daughter down. During this rescue attempt, Pennywise massacres the rescue attempt and nearly kills the woman's mom, I'll say Katara, nearly murders Katara's mom. But then Katara saves her last minute. But then a few days later, Katara and the gang go back into the woods to get the shards one last time. They manage to finally find Pennywise's den again. They start getting a whole bag of shards this time around, and they're like, you know what? We need to just trap him in here. So they each got all these pillars, these rocks. They call them now pillars because they put them around the circumference, the perimeter of the woods, of the larger area now, to keep them trapped in forever, apparently.
Which
that eventually became Derry.
Yeah, which definitely calls back to one of the earlier episodes, which flashed back to the 1908, where Rose was telling the commander not to run into that part of the woods because
don't go into the woods.
There.
Exactly. So did the woods fully become Derry? Right. So
I think so. Yeah.
Is Derry that small of a town?
I think so. Woods? I think they're fairly size, but they're not you're a small town. It's a small town.
Okay. So that really explains. I just thought it was really cool execution, a lot of great acting, and it was really cool. Is that it was all mostly narration, right? We didn't see much internal dialogue, which was really interesting. But very cool execution. I really liked this. I love when the series dives into the fascinating lore, and on top of that, I liked Halloran above it all, really getting in there. Before we leave the podcast, or before we leave this section, though, we do see Halloran, as you said at the end, he stops it after getting that information about the pillars, and he gets this weird, crazy smile. I think people are over exaggerating. People have said was this Pennywise in control of Halloran so that Pennywise can control and find out where the pillars are? But I don't think. I think Halloran was just gleefully doing this because dude spit in his face, right? He was pissed off at the dude. So he was gleefully tell me where the pillars are. But the question is, Nathan, does Halloran? Well, it's not Halloran. Halloran's just doing his job. But does Halloran's major, the main guy, what does he want to do with the pillars? Does he want to open them up, grab them? He's kept it there for a reason.
Yeah, it would probably be an instance where if you understand what they're for, then they'll try to weaponize it to capture him, which won't go well. But all in all, I don't think they're going to displace the pillars because then Pennywise would have left Derry altogether, and he has not.
Isn't that crazy, though? These Native Americans locked in and saved the world because Pennywise in the worldwide, everywhere would have been insanely powerful. That's crazy.
It would be like the virus from Smile. Which is
good call.
Uncontrollable. Yeah. Smile 2 is amazing.
Smile 2 is so good, man. What a great sequel.
This is an interesting question, Draven. I don't know. I wouldn't assume so. I think the focus is going to be what's going to happen to the Black Spot and his use of the Shining to aid those that are in trouble when stuff goes down.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get anything from the Overlook. I would love it though.
I would be intrigued to know what canon of the Overlook that they're gonna go for.
What do you mean?
Because Halloran's character, he dies in the Shining movie with Jack Nicholson, and his character is dead but can still semi-commune to Danny in Doctor Sleep because that is a direct sequel to The Shining. But if this is connecting to just the book lore, Halloran survives the book and helps Danny and his mom get out of the Overlook away from Jack in the book. So I wonder if what canon they'll connect Halloran to his survival ultimately in this larger story.
How does he die in the movie version of The Shining? Do you remember?
I think Jack kills him with an axe.
Oh, okay. That's one way to go.
It's like, why? Why'd you kill the black guy?
Yeah. Okay. 1 hour, 10 minutes. I always think like, oh, we're gonna talk about this show really quickly, and then I yap. It's a good show.
It's 5 in the script.
It's a solid show so far. I'm really liking it.
Yeah, man.
This has been a great year for TV. It might crack my top 10 of the year, but there's been a lot of great shows. I don't know. But for me, it's a solid like 7.5 right now. With a lot of room to get better more and more. I'm just interested, like, how is it going to improve past like the formula that we've been talking about? And then I docked a couple of points because of Marge, but yeah.
Wow. Well, we have a whole half season to go.
We do. So what's next here? Let's talk about why we're all here. Why we get up every morning. Monarch season 2.
Oh yeah.
Did you want to share the trailer?
I feel like my shares are always jittery. I trust yours more.
Do you?
I do. Even if they end up jittery for me, it's better for the viewer in the long run.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm pulling it up. As I pull it up here, what were your thoughts? Because you were late to hearing about this, right?
Yeah, I was late to. I think I was like at least a day late to actually watching it. I was very helpful with your tags of the like teases and like that little BTS look, which was very nice, which confirmed that Kurt Russell would be back, which is great. It should be uploaded by Apple TV,
let's see
right?
here. We'll watch this one. Yep. I found it. Oh, that's loud as shit. Okay. I got subtitles. Let me share the fucking screen.
Feature presentation.
Good old Apple TV. You know, somebody said this morning that it was like the 2-year anniversary of like the first episode of season 1, which is crazy.
Oh, really? That's pretty sick.
Okay. You ready?
Yes.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's rock and roll here. This is an instantly brutal trailer.
Yeah.
I do love the Kong focus though.
Yeah.
And a lot of sea monsters too. Short, there's only 45 seconds too. But we see Kong, we see a big sea monster there.
Yeah, so I had heard
Did it show for you guys?
I don't, Draven, how did that look? Because I didn't see any footage. That was hilarious.
Oh wow, did it cut off?
Yeah, it was like right from the first frame. It just stayed frozen till the logo, and I was like, what the?
Well,
But
that's crazy.
that is weird for me. I'm sure it's just my end. I'll see if Draven saw and could play that there. But
Let me see.
queued up on my thing on my phone. Just see what the playback.
Let me see. Let me go back. What does it look like? Okay. Let me play it again.
Right on.
It keeps buffering. Yeah.
Yeah, it's buffering on the live. Yeah.
But we all saw the trailer. We all know what's going on. That's
Yeah.
weird. Yeah, I went back to the live tab and it's buffering again. You're right.
Well, that's a shame.
I'll stop sharing. Yeah. I don't know why StreamYard's fucking around with our YouTube sharing. I don't get it.
So weird. We pay premium, damn it. But
you could chat with StreamYard about it.
Right.
But we've seen the trailer. If you haven't, go to Apple TV. It's on the YouTube channel. It's on Twitter. It's everywhere. Nathan, break this down for me. This seems like a very chaotic trailer.
Yeah, so there's a few elements here. Notably, these little sea creatures coming out of the beach. Some people have suggested the reflective Godzilla films where there were like these mutated, like overgrown sea lice in the film Godzilla vs. Decidroia, where Decidroia is a very popular villain in the Godzilla mythos because through that movie is the first film, like majorly since the original, where you see Godzilla die on screen, and that's like a very like iconic story where Godzilla transfers his remaining life force into his son to revive him after an intense battle and gives his life. And you see like a slow, emotional music playing over the decomposition of his form, and it's a very impactful thing. It was like the same level of when Superman died in comics. It was like reported on the news and stuff like Godzilla's death, and it was crazy because he had become such a beloved character at that point. I don't think we're going there because we're like pre-movies, a few movies right now in the timeline of Monarch. We're not building up to. We could be building up, like laying the foundation of Decidroia, which would be cool. A lot of fans want to explore that character again, but I don't think it's that. I think it's going to be what it is 99 out of 100 times with these, which is an original creation of a monster for the MonsterVerse, because it's hard to get licensing from Toho consistently. Oh, you mean?
I'm muted. Yeah, I feel that a lot as well. I saw some other people saying like this monster could be like part of like Kong Skull Island if we're diving into that, like around that area. What do you think?
Yeah, well, there's also like a octopus, like squid monster in the trailer as well, alluded to, which I think people are confirming is a pretty substantial kaiju that Kong fought in like a graphic novel that was published for the MonsterVerse, and that this would be effectively like a big rematch for Kong in this point in the timeline of the MonsterVerse, which that's a cool thing if that's what we're going for. I think this trailer gives the essence that we're going to be a lot more Kong focused as opposed to Godzilla for this season,
which we kind of pegged right as soon as the end of season 2 started. Like when we got the end of season 2 or season 1 and we saw that like, okay, Kong is like blaring at the last second of the screen. Season 1 was Godzilla focused. their father was constantly looking for Godzilla. Saved by Godzilla in some circumstances. And then season 2 is going to be the Kong show, which seems very exciting as well. Can we connect with the characters? Like people said, could we see Tom Hiddleston? Is that possible? Is that the same timeline or what?
Well, I don't think Tom Hiddleston, because he would have been back in the 70s around when John Goodman was the older version of the character of the husband of what's her name, the grandmother.
I have no idea what her name is, but yeah, you're right. Yeah. That's a good point.
So yeah, we wouldn't see unless they want to do a flashback thing, which like is possible because Kong Skull Island has a post-credit scene that ends where Tom Hiddleston and Brie Larson are joining Monarch effectively, so they could do some flashback stuff if they wanted to bring them in. I think both of them have done Apple stuff already, so they got them on tab in some capacity. But I would more so expect to see somebody like Rebecca Hall pop up because the lead up, we know Monarch is going to build a containment unit for Kong to effectively hide him from Godzilla, so as not to disturb the balance, to have two Alpha Titans, which is the running start-off plot for Godzilla versus Kong that leads into the inciting fight between them.
Wait. See that again? Like, what started the fight? What's going to start the fight between them?
Effectively, Godzilla is like he's king of the monsters, and like so he's running the dominant like Alpha Titan status. And if there's an equal level Titan, then that poses a challenging threat. So naturally, Godzilla's instincts lead him to fight that monster into submission, and they just want to protect Kong in and of himself because he's not looking for these fights whatsoever. But he also does not naturally belong in a containment unit, which is why he's thriving now in Hollow Earth.
Got it. Yeah, that part that's going to be very exciting. So
there's two big things that the technologically will be juggling with. Monarch will be developing the containment unit for Kong, and also the I forget the name of the company, but they're building Mechagodzilla, right, as a deterrent against Godzilla.
I was just about to bring this up. Isn't it called like Apex, right?
That's right, Apex, yeah.
So because it's been 2 fucking years, which is crazy. So the daughter, what's it called? Yeah, the daughter and the mom, they were stuck in that Hollow Earth like limbo area. Like it wasn't exactly Hollow Earth, but it was like a limbo in between there
for 2 years.
For 2 years. During that time, their brother was outside with the father, right? Am I going crazy? Like the brother was outside with the dad.
That's right. Yeah. Everybody.
They were trying to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, was the black girl also in the past too? Was she stuck there too?
I think she was down there with them.
Okay. But my question is like, so the brother was working for Apex, not Monarch, right? Like he left Monarch.
That's true. Yeah.
Because they get to the end and the helicopters show up and they're like, that's not Monarch helicopters, that's Apex helicopters, or whatever. And then they meet Apex. Is Apex the one in charge of Godzilla right now, or I'm confused? Like, was the shot to Godzilla, or not Godzilla, but King Kong? Was the shot to King Kong at the end part of King Kong in a contained area, or is he still on Skull Island right now? Where's he at?
It might be on Skull Island. I believe the containment unit is on Skull Island. But I think the containment unit is just to suppress the his roar signaling out across the world for Godzilla to hear and get signaled for. So it just keeps him hidden. But I think he's still on Skull Island, but he's not in like a expansive land.
Do you have an Apple TV subscription?
Not right now.
I just thought about this. Like, we should do a commentary of the season 1 finale.
Oh, all right.
Do you want to do that?
The whole thing.
We could go through the whole thing. I mean, how
know.
long is I was just thinking like to refresh our brains.
Oh yeah.
You know what? Like, what's coming out next? Are we gonna be too busy to do a full season commentary? 10 episodes.
10. How long are they?
Probably 45 minutes to an hour, right?
All right. I guess we could do like.
We could do like two. We could do like 2 for 5 months or 5 weeks.
Oh, I was gonna suggest like 3, 3, 4. But maybe if that's too much, yeah.
4 hours? See,
Calm down. All right.
This is what kills
We're not
me.
doing it.
I'm just saying.
All right,
This is what kills me about you, Nathan. You're always like, we'll do a 24-hour stream. We'll do three hours shit. Like, Nathan, this is school night. I can't.
Man, you're reading comics, liar. Don't go back till 4. Shut up.
You and Josh always call. You don't know what time I go to bed, motherfucker. You don't know me. You don't know my life.
After your lemonade and popcorn.
I tell you guys way too much about my life. It's getting creepy. How spot on that is. I actually haven't eaten popcorn in a minute. Usually I eat popcorns every day. That's my shit. But I went to the dentist and like my tooth, I have to get like I forget what it's called.
Filling?
Crown filling. Not a filling. Crown thing. But like they gave me like a temporary like cap on my tooth 2 weeks ago now. And I've been having to eat on the other side of my mouth because I can't eat like hard stuff on this side or chewy stuff, or like the cap would come off or something like that. And they said like if it ever comes off, then like you can stop by the dentist again. We'll put it back in for free. But I didn't want to have to do that. So I've just been eating on the right side of my mouth, and I tried eating popcorn, but it takes too much energy to like chew a whole thing of popcorn on the right side of my mouth. So it's just like I've gone like a full week and a half without eating popcorn, and it's killing me.
Damn.
Anyways, that's my spiel. What was I gonna say? But yeah, I think we should. It'll be a very fun show to track and watch. So we'll call it by ear. The season is February 27th, so we can start anytime in January and catch up.
Yeah. All right, that's fine. Yeah.
So it'll be a New Year thing. It'll be a New Year thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, this seems very exciting. I was trying to look for the synopsis for season 2. Do you have it bookmarked on yours?
No, I had not seen a synopsis.
Oh, I found it. Let me read it and weep. Okay. Season 2 will pick up with the fate of Monarch and the world hanging in the balance. The dramatic saga reveals buried secrets that reunite our heroes and villains on Kong's Skull Island and a new mysterious village where a mythical titan rises from the sea. The ripple effects of the past make waves in the present day, blurring the bonds between family, friend, and foe, all with the threat of a Titan event on the horizon. I just DM'd it to you.
All right.
So that's super interesting. But this goes right alongside what you were talking about earlier with your underwater Titan creature thing.
Yeah.
That could be very important that fans are latching on to. That could be like our main villain of the season, maybe. We'll have to wait and see on that. You know me, like halfway through Monarch season 1, I'm like, the family stuff is just not that interesting to me. Cut to the end of Monarch season 1, and I'm like fully engaged with like the family complex craziness. Why the dad has 2 families? What was he thinking? What's going on here? And I guess we kind of learned that, like, yeah, he lost his initial, like, how to go again? Like, he lost his wife in the Hollow Earth limbo, because she had been stuck there for so long. Am I reading that right? And then
You're talking about
then
John Goodman's
what's it called?
character?
No, not John Goodman's character, but the Asian guy, the Asian dad, the one who has 2 families.
Oh, right. No, because I think both mothers are alive.
Both mothers are alive?
Yeah.
Well, yes. Both mothers are alive, but the main one got stuck in the past, right? Or was like had been stuck in the past for so long, right? Like the mom. Remember, she was scared to go back to the present because she had been stuck in the past for so long.
The grandmother from young Kurt Russell days fell in on episode 2.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I'm talking about the grandmother.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. Not the mom, the grandmother.
Who was married to John Goodman.
Yes. Oh yeah. She was married to John Goodman. She wasn't married to the Asian guy. That's 2 different things.
Yeah, different. That's the Asian father is her son.
Oh, it's her son. I'm going crazy. You're right. Okay, yeah. It's all coming back to me. Thank you, Nathan. Yeah, it's all coming back to me. So yeah, she's in the present. She is now like the same age, or maybe younger than her own son, right? I think that's how the timelines worked out. Yeah. It's weird. Draven says, I love how much Godzilla hates Gong, especially in the last movie. They worked together a little bit, at least. Kong would just be like, hey, man, we got to talk. Godzilla's like, I'll beat your ass. Yeah, it's very funny.
Every time. That was hilarious.
Every single time.
Kong needed his help and like yelled for him, and Godzilla's charging at him. Kong's like, no, wait. We still got to watch that.
We do. How did we not watch that? That movie's funny as shit.
We should watch Sky High, Evan.
Shut the fuck up. That's baffling. You fell for it too. You thought we didn't watch it too.
I know. And it was like, 11 months ago. Not even a year passed.
That's funny. But yeah, so this all just seems super exciting. I might be going crazy, but the effects also look pretty damn great. I mean, the effects for season 1 were also really strong, but the effects here look really strong as well.
Yeah, Apple budget,
man. I mean, yeah, I tweeted out like how Disney should take lessons on just like giving multiple seasons for their shows, because there was like I follow this account called Apple TV Updates. And they listed out like all the shows that Apple was going to give like multiple seasons to. Interestingly enough, they only had a Monarch as a 2-season show. It has not officially been renewed, or like it has not even been discussed to go 3 seasons. So I do wonder like if this is the end of the Monarch TV show. It did take 2 years to get the show off, and it is probably the most expensive show on their channel, if I had to guess.
It's also interesting to think about the licensing rights, because Warner Brothers and Legendary handle the movie side, and Apple's doing this TV.
Yeah, is Legendary still doing this? Are they still partnered up for this last one, for this next one?
I think so. I forgot they were on season 1.
Interesting. Is there anything else to talk about though with Monarch? I'm just very excited that this is coming back, man. It's been so long.
Yeah, man. I don't think so. I don't know what function Godzilla will serve if he is around, because he just is kind of operating. I don't know where we are in the movies right now. I don't know if the events of King of the Monsters have happened or not. That remains to be seen.
When did King of the Monsters happen in canon so far? What year was it? The release year? 2019, 2018?
Yeah, they're all the release year. The events of the first movie was 2014, and I think was it a year or within a few months after that for San Francisco was grown over in Monarch. So I think it was at least a year. So it'd be 2015 there in the Hollow Earth. So they'd be out by 2017.
Yeah, I think we discussed that. Exactly what you said. I think the show even said like 1 year later. So I think the show was set in 2015. And then we had 2 years in Hollow Earth, or I keep saying Hollow Earth, but it was that limbo area.
Yeah, the highway.
The highway. And so now we're stuck in 2017, which is still, like you're saying, still before King of the Monsters.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. But yeah, I expect to see a lot of King Kong here. And I'm curious to see what modern day Kong Skull Island looks like, right? Have we ever gone back in modern day?
Yeah, the opening of Godzilla versus Kong, but I guess that was in the biodome.
Yeah, that was a biodome. Like we thought it was Skull Island, but that was like a biodome kind of shit.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll get like point of view of like the events of King of the Monsters where Ghidorah is attacking and like ruining the planets, and we want to like launch the Mecha Godzilla program, but it's not ready and like hitting roadblocks. I think that could be an interesting like plot thread, maybe.
It could be. Yeah, you're right. So yeah, that's just very cool. I didn't realize how many like when this trailer was going out there were so many like kaiju verse fans out there. I was like, I know Nathan's locked in, but damn, I saw some people online talking about like the roar of Kong being different and like the different roars. I'm like, what are we talking about here? So
probably lore of his ancestor. I mean, all of the ancestors for Godzilla and Kong.
Yeah. But okay. That was Kong. Let me see what else I got in my show notes here.
I have some show notes as well. I figured we could
you go ahead.
Keep talking about the trailers that came out.
Exactly, yeah.
So I think like touch real quick. Super Mario Galaxy had a teaser.
What do you think? This looks solid. I'm happy to get Brie Larson as Rosalina. That's very exciting. She looks badass already. They released a separate clip of her like reading to certain creatures.
I heard that. Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, so that's very exciting. We got Bowser Jr. played by Benny Safdie.
That's hilarious.
Which is crazy casting, but I love it. Bowser Jr. seemed to be the main antagonist in the teaser trailer. He is attempting to free his pops, Bowser, who's been having quite the interesting pastime. What do you think about that drawing? Could you do that? Is he a better drawer than you?
Yes, unless he used AI, in which case no. But he didn't. I don't know. I hope the Craves didn't. Hopefully not. No, Illumination is firmly against AI, which is awesome.
Exactly.
Right on. But I'm surprised they let him customize his cell, his cage, so like Bowser.
Yeah.
I think
very
that's like
funny,
hilarious though. Yeah, I think like Jack Black is of his modern roles. I think this is the most fun I see him in.
Agreed. Actually, did he have more fun doing this or the Minecraft movie?
I don't know. I don't know how you film a Minecraft movie. I guess if it's all an air conditioned green screen, probably not so bad.
Yeah. Good point. Good point. But yeah, I like this trailer a lot. It's called Super Mario Galaxy. I didn't get a big scope from the trailer alone. It was very like, hey, we're back kind of trailer. So hopefully the next one really goes into like the scale and like what they're going to be doing over multiple galaxies.
Yeah, I'm not too deep in the lore of Mario. I never played Super Mario Galaxy. Like my knowledge really comes from the simpler games where it's just like go through the Mushroom Kingdom and try to get Peach from Bowser and hit the mushrooms. The very like base level. Like I don't a lot of these side characters like Rosalina I'm not familiar with. I know like Pauline's a big one as well, who was in Super Mario Odyssey. They'll probably get to her they'll probably tease her next. Yoshi was teased in the end credits of the last one, so I'm excited to see him and how he plays. There was also word that they might be developing a project with Yoshi. The time will tell, but if this also cracks $1 billion, I think it would be insane for them not to try to do
that. When this cracks $1 billion, it's going to be interesting to track the box office for next year because I think the top 3 are pretty firmly going to be Mario, the Michael Jackson movie, which is funny. Michael Jackson and Mario releasing in the same month of April, and I do think both of them are going to be both Universal, and I think both of them are going to be box office juggernauts. Because I think Mario comes out at the beginning. That was a really good trailer. But Mario comes out at the beginning of April and is just going to take over everything. While Michael Jackson comes out at the end of April and most of May doesn't have much besides Devil Wears Prada, which is going to be big too. But I think Michael Jackson is going to be like dominating for like all of April and all of May. So I think it's going to be $2 billion grosses. But anyways, I think number 3 is Avengers Doomsday. I just don't know if Doomsday is going to make the most or if Mario is going to make the most. One of those two is going to take it home.
I think Doomsday will take it on. Every Avengers has cracked $1 billion, right?
Yeah. I think the least grossing Avengers movie was Age of Ultron with 1.4. Oh no. So I think Avengers 1 made 1.5, Avengers 2 made like 1.4, 1.3, something like that.
I think,
and then Infinity War was 2.2, I think, something like that.
Yeah, I think we underestimate how much audiences miss seeing an Avengers film in theaters because by the time it released, it will have been 8 years since the last one. Usually, we only go 3 as they were coming out, so I think it's going to be big, very big.
Agree. And coming out in December. So that's
Chris. That's the thing too. Is I think like the holiday season is going to serve very well for Avengers. I think also I was thinking about that in regards to Dune is around the same placement as well. I don't see Dune being the like it's Christmas time. Let me go watch Dune with the family versus Avengers. I think is, and obviously Dune will be great. I just don't see the family going out in droves and like box office wise. I think Disney knows they have the upper hand in that department to stay.
Yeah, I fully agree.
We also got a teaser for.
I definitely agree.
Yeah, and we got a teaser for Toy Story 5, which I think is a very effective teaser.
Wait, what did you say?
We also got a teaser for Toy Story 5, which I felt was a very effective teaser.
Wait, you're cutting out for me a little bit here. Wait, let me leave and come back.
Right on. Soon we will have better connectivity. I can't really do anything about my internet, but what if I had a better computer? Time will tell, ladies and gentlemen. However, I think we'll be okay. Be okay for right now. And we'll be back in 10 seconds. See how accurate my prediction is. 3, 2, 1. Well, I tried. I understand if you're going to unsubscribe. I'm sorry. Please don't. Evan will be back within 20 seconds. Now there's 2 viewers. See, now there's expectation. Now there's 2 viewers, and now I'm cooked. Unless it's just Evan monitoring, but yeah, he'll be back. Hopefully he's not fully restarting the computer. But it's good. Toy Story 5. It happened. It's happening. He's in the studio. He's here. Bam. All right, yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. We're back.
We're back.
Okay.
Toy Story 5, Evan.
Oh yeah, Toy Story 5.
Effective teaser.
Very effective teaser. You know, I think everybody can get on board with the whole iPad technology thing. Like, this would have been relevant 10 years ago, but funny enough, I think it's still even more effective now, as like the newer generation is even more so, you know, getting raised on electronics, either cell phones, you know, iPods, iPads, you know, just computers in general, more so than toys. So it's going to make for a very, very interesting movie. I'm fully on board with it. I like every single Toy Story. I haven't rewatched Toy Story 4 ever, so that'd be a fun rewatch to do when we do that next year, for sure.
Yeah. Do the quadrilogy.
Of course, exactly. So that's
all
gonna be
the
cool.
Shorts.
Yes, sure. If you can collect those for me.
They're on Disney Plus, aren't they?
Oh, sure.
But I like this a lot. Granted, I also was one of the people who was like, "How is Woody back?" But like, you know, trust the storytelling reasoning.
Yeah, that's like the only big question. I think, because we don't see Bo Peep, right? The Toy Story 4 ended with him and Bo Peep going away, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Was it him and Bo Peep going away just like with a different family, or with what? They stayed at the toy store? What happened?
They stay at the carnival where they effectively are helping get other toys won at the carnival games to go with the kids to, you know, give toys new life.
Okay, gotcha.
Which is very fulfilling.
Very fulfilling. Sounds very cool. I remember really liking Toy Story 4 when it came out. But we do know from the little bit of Toy Story story teases is that Jessie is going to be the main character, or at least the main focus of Toy Story 5, which is very intriguing for me because she's my favorite character in the franchise. I love Toy Story 2 is my favorite Toy Story movie. I personally go 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 4 in my opinion. Only because I haven't rewatched 4. I know people love 4, but like I haven't rewatched it that much. But for me, it's 2, 3, 1, 4 for my enjoyment.
I'd like it's funny. I'd always rank the first Toy Story as my least favorite. It's still great, but I just think there's far more development in the rest of them.
Yeah, fair enough.
And to your point about Jessie, like a lot of people mostly talk about Woody and Buzz saying goodbye in the end of Toy Story 4, but it was a very significant emotional beat that Woody officially made Jessie sheriff of the toys and like gave her the badge, which I thought was a very nice moment.
I agree. So what's your favorite Toy Story, by the way? You didn't answer.
I always say 2. I'm sure I'm like emotionally 3 because it wrecks me, but 2 is such like a good like watch. Like you just toss on like, all right, I'm gonna cry in the middle when Sarah McLachlan's singing, but otherwise I'm like, I can walk out pretty dry-eyed and like, all right, we're all together and it's good.
And I think the airport sequence is the best stage sequence in any Toy Story movie. That thing is really well done. I really like it. Like 3 has like the emotional garbage sequence, which is very much like dire, but like in terms of like action and stakes, That is funny. Like, I famously don't remember like crying at Toy Story 3. Like I remember crying or getting emotional during the goodbye scene with Andy.
Yeah,
But like the toy thing, did people really believe Woody was gonna die like that? Like
I did. I bought so into they held hands and accepted death. I was there. I was like, oh, because I'm a kid. Even now, I'm like, I don't see the fucking story beats right in front of my face. But as a kid, especially, I'm like, this is it. We've already gone through so much in the story.
I do forget that Toy Story 3 came out like what 2009 or 2010. So it came out a long time ago.
Yeah,
I was
there's
14.
a lot of long gaps between these movies.
Man. But yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So what's the next trailer? We did Mario, Godzilla, Toy Story.
Today there was a teaser for the live action Moana.
You did not put that in the show notes.
I put it on like real quick just because.
What's there to talk about?
Doesn't look bad visually.
It doesn't. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Is that the same voice actress as Moana from the animation?
I don't. She looks different. Is that a different actress?
I'm pretty sure I recognize her from when she comes out to sing songs for Moana on stage productions, for Disney events, which makes me think that is her as well.
So yeah, they said Catherine Lagaaya stars as a titular character in the live action remake. So that's not Ali Cavallo or Cavallo.
Okay.
My
bad.
But the voice sounded kind of similar.
Very similar. I was like, wow.
But Ali Cavallo said she wanted to find the next. I remember this. Yeah, she wanted to find the next actress to embody Moana's spirit, wit, and emotional strength. So yeah, that's definitely not Awali Cavallo. And Awali is like our age. She's like in her 20s now. How old is she? She's 24. So she's your age. How old are you? 26?
I'm about to be 27.
Might be 27. Yeah.
In like a week.
Yeah. I thought Awali, I don't know how to say her name. It's Hawaiian, but Awali Cavallo. I thought she would have a bigger stardom after voicing Moana. She was in Mean Girls last year in 2024, which is really good.
Right on.
She did this Hulu movie called Crush, where she liked this one girl, which was really good too. I liked that.
Nice.
So yeah, shout out to Crush on Hulu and Mean Girls. Nice. But yeah, live action Moana again. Remake the classics, or sorry, don't do that. Remake the ones that we liked in the early 2000s. Treasure Planet. Give me fucking Treasure Planet. Give me Atlantis.
I thought you were gonna say remake the bad movies and make them good.
Like honestly, like the top 3 for me is Treasure Planet, Atlantis, and the Black Cauldron. Nobody fucks with the Black Cauldron. I love the Black Cauldron when I was little. It was dark. I was scared as shit, but it was really cool. I love a good like fantasy Disney movie.
It's funny. I was looking at this trailer for Moana and I was like, man, if this was just like, if Moana didn't happen, this was like your first introduction to like this original world, like an original Disney production, and you're just like, oh shit, wow, how creative and new. I would like to go see this, but because it is Moana again.
If this was like never before, if the anime movie never existed, this would be like breathtaking. I'd be like, what is going to happen? This looks really, really good. You're right. But it's because like we've seen this before. It's like the same thing I had with the How to Train Your Dragon teaser.
Quickly.
I was like, this is yeah, you're right. Like Moana came out what 2016?
16. That's the thing that got me with How to Train Your Dragon. I felt like, wow, so soon, but like the first one was in 2010. So it is 15 years. I mean, that still feels quick comparatively to the other ones, but this one being like, it went into production less than 10 years since the original. I'm like, oh my God, that is too quick.
Yeah. I am box office pilled though in the head. I do wonder how much money this comes out like a week before Odyssey. I think
Oh yeah.
I think it's like July 24th for Moana, and the
Okay.
Odyssey is like the last week in July.
It's good counter programming.
You think so?
Because Odyssey would probably be rated.
Oh
If I
no,
were to guess.
Moana is July 10th. The Odyssey is a week later on July 17th.
Okay. When's
Spider
Supergirl?
Spider-Man is the end of July.
June.
Supergirl is the last week in June 26th. 1 week after Toy
Okay.
Story, 1 week before Minions. Oof. But
Well, we know what the kids will see, but also the superhero market and the track record of Superman, I think, will be a good boost on Supergirl. I think that'll play well. And Spider-Man being right after the Odyssey. Oh yeah, it's stealing the IMAXs. Damn it!
Spider-Man is 2 weeks after the Odyssey. Yeah.
2 whole weeks is like, all right, you can let go of the IMAX now, or at least share it. If I'm finally getting him swinging with buildings again for real after a whole trilogy, I want to see that shit big. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Trees.
Oh, you cut off from me in mid sentence, but yeah,
fucking trees. All
right. I get the point. But like, if they didn't film for IMAX, then I'm good. So like, you know, I love you, Daniel Desson Cretton, but like, I'll watch you in Dolby. It will be fine. It'll be good. We'll be okay. We'll recover.
Well, fine. I'm recovering at least in the Alien franchise because Alien Earth has been renewed.
That is true. This has me so excited. I think this was kind of a no-brainer because, again, the big problem with Alien Earth was that the season finale wasn't as finale-esque as we all kind of expected. It was very much the
tune in next time.
Tune in, yeah. It was a tune in next time. In other words, tune in 2 years from now, which is disappointing.
When's that new Romulus sequel? How long are we gonna take?
At best, the Romulus sequel is late next year. At best, but I don't even. I think it's 2027. It's looking like. Yeah. So I still like Alien Earth. I know a lot of people don't like it now because of the finale, but I still like it. I still give it like a solid 7. Solid 7. And it could have been a 9 if they ended very well. It could have been a very strong finale. But
it's a pretty.
I still like
it. I think it's like if I were to give a rating, like a probably 8.5 for me.
8.5.
I know there's a lot of people who are freaking out, like, oh, they made the xenomorph a pet and it's not scary anymore. It's like there's so many other xenomorphs that we're still actively getting, and it's fine. This is one angle. It's not like a human is doing it. It's a cyborg hybrid. Like, guys, this isn't just like you domesticate an alien. You found the frequency to communicate. That's cool. That's new. That's different.
It's hip. It's hop. It's wow. It's now.
It's hip. It's now. It's wow. And how?
I agree. I didn't really have a problem with it at all. I'm intrigued to see where that goes. How long can that last? I'm excited to see what Yutani does when the invasion happens. Noah Hawley was very adamant in saying, like, yeah, the cyborgs won the battle, but the clock is ticking because right afterwards, Yutani is literally outside. They have entered the island. How long can their power trip last? And what will they do when Yutani strikes? Again, I just wish I was more interested in what was happening with the other characters that were kind of like narratively left in status, like what's it called? Homeboy, the cool synthetic from Wayland. Not from Wayland, but from
Timothy Oliphant's character.
Timothy Oliphant, yeah. I really wanted more from his character. He kind of did nothing all season. But but he was so intriguing though. Like he had a great presence. He had a very, very, very fun presence. I wish he did more. I still don't know what his main goal was.
I can only assume he's playing the long game. I think he did get a surprise jump on at this finale of the fact that the children started making decisions for themselves, but I think he's going to find a way out.
And then same thing for the black character, which Morrow,
yeah.
Easily the best character of the season, but he also kind of like is relegated to not doing much in the finale. Like he gets there, he manipulates the Indian kid. But once he gets there, he gets into a trap. I'm like, okay, how's he gonna get out of this? And then he kind of gets out of it, and then he gets thrown back into jail. That's kind of what he does in the finale. So I'm curious to see what he does in the next season. Now that his squad has shown up, are they gonna like? It could be like a power thing where it's like you were hot shit in season 1, but now Yutani has to free you. Are you gonna be as like free? Are you gonna be as active?
I think
in season 2.
I think for Yutani, Morrow will be priority 2 next to the Xenomorph.
Yeah,
but if it's at the cost of priority 1, then you're on your own.
Exactly. I think that'll be a very interesting thing to do because he this was his mission in season 1. He really devoted his mission to get this for Yutani.
And I think the interesting thing there is I think Morrow is fully aware of that, and like he will make do. Like I don't think he'll be spiteful or anything. He's just like, yep, that's the game.
Yeah. So that's very intriguing. And then of course the Eye has now fully taken charge of the dead husband, Arthur. Again, another character that didn't do much was the wife. I wanted the wife character to do much. She doesn't even know her husband's dead yet.
She was spiraling as
she was just
the company was losing control.
Exactly. She kept trying to defend the company, but then not defend it, then defending the company. So, but yeah, Arthur is fully the Eye is fully embodying Arthur. That's probably my most intriguing setup for season 2.
I want to see how far the advanced intelligence of the Eye will be pushed in terms of like communing, if it does.
100%. Like, can it communicate? Can it talk? Like, what are the lengths that it can go? It's a very smart creature. Arthur's a very smart individual, so it can wreak some havoc. So I'm very excited for Alien Earth season 2. Probably looking at a 2027 drop for that.
Probably a couple things from Draven from the talk of the Disney stuff.
Oh yeah, not gonna lie, I thought they would have remade Frozen by now. I think they're holding off because they're in the middle of doing Frozen 3 and 4 back to back.
Yeah, after that, like I think,
we're
already hit 10-year anniversary of Frozen, but I think with 2034, to be 20 years old, that's crazy.
Hey, The Rock has to get another hit. Has been getting bombs lately. Not bombs plural, right? Smashing Machine bombed. What was his other bomb? I think he's doing fine.
Shazam. I think Jumanji will be a success again.
Jumanji's like a guaranteed box office proof. Yeah.
Sleeper hits.
So yeah, Black Adam wasn't great. But it didn't bomb. It just didn't perform very, very. I mean, maybe it did bomb. I don't know. It's been a minute.
We'll see what Fast 11 does.
Yeah. Right.
Otherwise, though, yeah.
Also, they are making Moana 3 because Moana 2 end on a cliffhanger of sorts. So they are doing Moana 3 for all we know.
Well, that's good to hear. At least that the animation is still going on.
Yeah, I just did not like Moana 2 at all. But Moana 3 has an interesting setup if they commit to the mythology that they're setting up.
Right on.
What else do we have?
New Star Trek from the guys who made Dungeons and Dragons.
Probably my favorite news of the week. I was very upset when we talked about like the upsetting news what's going on at Paramount with Ellison taking over, young white MAGA dude who likes Trump. I twitch. This is great news. I love Dungeons and Dragons. I love Game Night, and Jonathan Goldstein and Daly together are a great directing duo. They understand fantasy, and they have the right tone for Star Trek, which is I'm going to upset some Dungeons and Dragons or Star Trek fans, whatever. But like Star Trek is basically like Dungeons and Dragons in space. It's very like weird, fantasy-esque, but also very timely. And like I think they can really capture the magic. Yeah.
Yeah, in a good way when I say this. Star Trek is very episodic. It's very almost monster of the week, you could say. It's situation of the week. It's just like the crew have run into this thing. How are they going to overcome it? Here we go. And now they have. This is the continuing logs of the Starship Enterprise.
Couldn't agree more. And I think that's exactly what's going on here. It's why I love Star Trek. Again, I keep repping this show. Star Trek: Strange New Worlds on Paramount Plus. It's a fantastic show. Like Nathan says, it is like more so than Monster of the Week. It's kind of like genre of the week. They change genres every other episode. You get an action-packed episode. You get a very man out of time episode. You get a court case procedural episode. You get a romance episode. You get a noir episode. Like it's very, very unique and different, while also keeping the main arcs of the characters in play, making for an emotional journey for each individual season. I'm really liking the character work in that show a lot. But overall, for this new movie, I think Goldstein and Daly just understand the tone. They understand the right balance of like humor, heart, adventure, and just I think they can nail how crazy, unique, and just flat out fun a Star Trek movie is supposed to be. So I think we're gonna get something in line with like the Kelvin timeline, but also just watch Dungeons and Dragons, and that'll get you everything you really need to know for Star Trek. I think they can establish a good family unit, a good cast, and I'm very much excited. So I think this is great news for the Star Trek family, audience, fandom, whatever you want to call it.
Can this, if this is successful, can this open the door to them working with Chris Pine again for the Kelvin timeline?
100% no.
100%? Did it die inside you?
I mean, if they say they're not going to do it, I trust them. And it's been over 10 years. I think at this point I'm jaded. I'm just like, just start a new trilogy. I think whoever they cast in this new one, I'm going to most likely love. They've been casting very well for, like, I think the cast of Game Night is very strong with Jason Bateman and Rachel McAdams. Like the cast of Dungeons and Dragons was really good with Chris Pine and all the other people. But like, I'm on board for just a new trilogy, new timeline, whatever you want to do. Give me a new Pike or a new Kirk, whatever. Yeah, Kirk and Scott and Spock and all that shit. We can do it. We're good. So,
Scotty.
Yeah.
Do you think that trilogy was favorable enough that they would ever like do a legacy character return of one of them in like a more like mainstream cast?
Like bring somebody back from the Kelvin timeline.
Yeah, theoretically. I know it's already like its own like sidestep thing, but
yeah, it's already its own sidestep thing, and they had to have like the whole black hole thing to even get the whole first Spock in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was that popular. Our generation loves those movies, but like I don't think it's necessary.
Sure.
So yeah, I doubt they do it.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, in terms of release date, I'm thinking like 2028 for this new Star Trek. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards.
I can see that.
But yeah.
Before I get to my big Marvel spiel of things, there was a cool thing mentioned that they're potentially working on Zombieland 3 for 2029, which would make all three of them a decade apart.
That'd be really cool. I didn't. It's funny. They're just making these for each new like generation of fans.
Yeah,
which is really cool. Like they're like the only ones outside of Walking Dead franchise keeping the zombie genre alive. And these movies are really fun. I like Zombieland too.
Yeah.
And I think this could be a fun time. So I'll be on board with it. I'm sure Jesse Eisenberg and Emma Stone will be on board for it.
Yeah.
It's crazy how we're getting 2029 news between this and K-pop Demon Hunters 2 coming out in 2029.
Oh boy.
Pretty crazy.
There's apparently a Jimmy Olsen centered show in the works at DC, which I also hear would feature Gorilla Grodd in some capacity.
Yeah. Apparently James Gunn clarified that it's not called the reports were calling it like DC Crime, but apparently James Gunn said that's not what it's going to be called.
Right on.
But yeah, that show looks to be pretty. I'm kind of skeptical on it. Like it sounds very weird. It doesn't sound like an actual like engrossing TV show like a Lanterns or a Peacemaker. But I'll keep I'll be cautiously optimistic. I have to see what it's shaping up as, because the pitch doesn't seem that interesting to me. Kind of like a crime of the week, kind of like they're interviewing villains or something along those lines. I don't really know yet, so we'll have to wait.
Yeah, I think that's also the fun of the character Jimmy Olsen, which I was semi-teased in Superman, just like this is unassuming man, just this boy just there. And he just has so many odd connections, and it's like, how? It's just, I don't know.
Which sounds funny in theory, but how can that make for a compelling like 8 to 10 episode series?
I think you can if it's fun enough. And I think they can make it fun enough.
If they make it like a half-hour comedy, like 30 minutes, I could probably work with that.
Sure.
Like an Abbott kind of shit.
Yeah, like solid 35.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have anything else to touch on other than Marvel stuff?
No. Oh, Dune Prophecy got a season 2. I don't know if you ever watched that show.
No, I never got to it.
The first season was pretty mixed from me. I liked part of it, and then I didn't like a lot of it. The character work, the story was just very messy. But the finale did get me interested on certain family reveals, certain bits of Dune lore that were interesting. And again, similar to like Alien Earth or other shows, the setup for season 2 does have potential. So I'll be here for Dune Prophecy season 2, probably coming out next year. And they gave it an extra episode. I think it's 7 episodes instead of 6 or something along that line. Something along the line. So it got like an extra episode or something, and I'm on board for it. You know, I'm always happy when channels like HBO and Apple can renew shows on like Disney Plus. So
yeah,
I'm still pissed about the Acolyte. But anyways, let's end off on some Marvel stuff. What do you got for me?
Yeah, dude. So pretty like officially talked by Chiquino himself. Werewolf by Night 2.
Yeah, very exciting. I'm on board for that. I didn't love Werewolf by Night as much as other people, but I think it's a really cool special presentation. You know, it got people on board with just Marvel doing more presentations they haven't really done in a long time now. But I liked it. It was short. It was sweet. It was very visually very unique, and solid direction from Giacchino. He loves the material, and I think the first one has such a very interesting like we're all coming to this one place kind of premise. And shit gets like crazy in this one contained environment. I'm curious to see what they do for the sequel.
Yeah, totally. I love the like classic Universal monster vibe that they bring to it. And I'll be excited to see how they build up more of that dark side of the Marvel world.
Agreed.
I got some stuff queued up from our favorite Marvel scooper, Alex. But real quick to touch on before we get to his stuff, there was reports from Daniel RPK. Grain of salt as it is, but apparently they're looking to do Doctor Strange 3 post Secret Wars, and it's in early development, which is a nice thing to hear.
This is wild to me. We knew this because there's no movies coming out between now and Secret Wars. There's only 2 movies, Doomsday and Secret Wars.
Yeah.
Everything else is post Secret Wars. So yeah, it's coming out post Secret Wars. Name any Marvel movie, and yeah, it's coming out post Secret Wars. Doctor Strange 2, or Doctor Strange 3, Shang-Chi 2, X-Men. People are like, oh, they're setting up Blade to be after the saga. Yeah, because it's not coming out in
time.
2 years.
Yeah.
Time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm fine with that now.
But yeah, I'm cool. Will it be about excursions, though, like as like 2 is setting up? I don't think so anymore. I think the story is going to be different than what like 2 is setting up with like with Clea, with Charlize Theron. I think it's going to be a different story. I think it's going to go through a couple of rewrites. So
I think so. There's also a word that there will be a second Black Panther in Doomsday, which isn't too unassuming if you had seen the leaked concept art for Doomsday / Secret Wars.
I think it's more so Secret Wars where we'll see the Damson Idris leak or stuff. I think that's more so a Secret Wars thing.
Sure.
It could happen in Doomsday. I could be completely wrong, but I just think they want to focus on Shuri once again.
It might be like a tee up at the end that goes into this movie.
Exactly, because I think especially because Doomsday is going to be all about everybody coming together and having that initial meetup / conflict. Like, hey, the Avengers are going to be like looking at the X-Men kind of sideways, and then the Avengers are going to be looking at the new Avengers kind of sideways, and then they're all going to have to come together against Doom, and then there's the Fantastic Four. So it's like all these characters have to come together and clash and get together and fight together. That's too much to introduce other new characters. So like we'll see characters that we do know already, like a Toby, whatever his fucking name is, Spider-Man. Maguire. We'll have him on board because we already know him, but like other people, it's like they'll save those new characters, like a new Black Panther and new versions of characters that we'll see post Secret Wars in Secret Wars. What else?
All right, getting on to stuff from Alex. Sticking with some stuff for Doomsday and Secret Wars. A person asked, of the existing Guardians of the Galaxy in the universe, which ones could we not expect to be in Doomsday or Secret Wars? He said Gamora is going to be out of the picture, though he believes that Gamora's presence in the MCU will be used as an example regarding how barriers between the universes have been eroding since the Gamora we see in Endgame and Guardians 3 is not from our timeline per se. And he really hasn't heard much about the Guardians aside from Star-Lord, which he was previously supposed to be involved. So let's keep an eye on him for now.
Let's keep an eye on him. It's like the movie's done filming. It's like there's no eyes to be had. But like, I didn't even think of the Guardians being in Doomsday that much outside of like the leak of Star-Lord being there. But like, we know Star-Lord will return, but it's probably just gonna be Star-Lord. I don't know if Rocket Raccoon and them's gonna be back.
Time will tell. There was rumblings about Steve and Peggy potentially being in the trailer for Doomsday. And he was just asking if there would be any confirmation. Are you there? Can you hear me? I think I lost Evan for a second. You there? Hello?
Yeah, I lost you for a second too. But yeah, you said there was rumblings about what?
There's rumblings a little bit ago about potentially seeing Steve and Peggy in the teaser for Doomsday. And someone asking Alex if we could see that. And he said, they might market it because that information was floated. Their return was floated over to like Hollywood Reporter and Deadline. But if they are marketed in any way, he would more compare it to how Charles Xavier was marketed in Multiverse of Madness, where you don't get the direct shot of him, but you may like hear somebody.
So is Steve coming back? I thought Steve was coming back as the villain. Is he going to be a hero in this movie?
From my understanding, I think Steve is coming back as Nomad. So it's still Steve Rogers, but he's in like his Nomad suit while Sam Wilson remains Captain America in the roster, you know?
Okay.
There could be a villainous variant, though. I think we had heard that as well. He had asked, a person asked, are the Russo brothers done with the MCU after Secret Wars, or do they have projects in the next phase to help set up the Mutant Saga? And Alex said, as he understands it, Marvel's bringing the Russos along for the ride post-Secret Wars. as part of the famous Marvel Parliament, basically just overseeing the general story for the next saga because they want to avoid the mistakes that the Multiverse Saga fell into with the open-ended storylines that a lot of things won't be touched upon again.
So the Marvel universe fell apart because we kicked out the Russos, and now we need them back.
No, it's COVID got things messy, basically.
Did he use the words Marvel Parliament?
Use it in quotations.
In quotations. Why not Marvel Congress? Why do we have to use the UK?
I don't know. Do you like our country? Do you?
I don't know. but I think this is kind of it is kind of interesting. I think it is smart to keep them in like the story group per se. But again, I don't know how impactful their council is going to be. But I guess it's just a wait and see. But it is kind of like Feige does need some help. He can't just do everything by himself. So it is good to get people he's trust for like over a decade now to help him out with the next phase. So, makes sense.
Yeah, there was a reason like why like every like solo Marvel film director served as a producer on Infinity War and Endgame is to help guide like the narrative of the characters and where they were going.
Yeah, for sure.
Somebody had said an outlet called Puck reported that Chris Hemsworth's Thor is the second lead in Avengers Doomsday after Robert Downey Jr.'s Victor Von Doom. His question is, will Thor's role in Doomsday be similar to his role in Age of Ultron, where he's with the Avengers for most of the movie, or will his role be similar in Infinity War, where he has his own subplot? And Alex said, technically both, because it starts as a subplot on his own, but joins in as much earlier moment than he did in the third act in Infinity War. What he can tell you is a bit about his role is that Thor really goes through it. He always seems like he has a lot to lose in these movies. So Thor's going to be going through like the ringer in this one, apparently.
I didn't expect that at all. I mean, minus the Thor death scene from Deadpool and Wolverine.
You always say that, and Thor's not the one that's dying in that scene.
Oh, who's dying in that scene? Is Thor's taking care of Deadpool in that scene?
Yeah, Deadpool's dying. Thor's crying.
Deadpool's dying. Same thing. But yeah, I didn't expect Thor to have a major presence, especially coming off of Thor 4. I don't know what they could have him do in this movie, but I'm intrigued. I'll see what they got. Are they make him serious again?
I think his storyline's relatively serious in the grand scheme, if you take out the jokes.
There's nothing serious in Thor 4. As much as I don't hate that movie, it's not like a serious kind of movie.
Mostly no, because of the improv, but I do like his seriousness of wanting to reconnect with Jane.
It's okay. Yeah.
Moving on. Person asks, what do you think the role of Wiccan and Speed will be in Doomsday and Secret Wars? Alex says,
there's no way they're in the movie.
They're in the movie, yeah, for sure.
For sure?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm reading over it because there's a lot of jargon. Well, they have like a use of the fact that the Maximoffs have the ability of like creating pocket dimensions and stuff, so like they themselves have the power to be serviceable in the story, and it looks like they will be to some degree. At least
I don't know if I buy that. Wiccan and Speed in Doomsday? I feel like that's more so like a TV kind of thing.
Or setting their return up in those, but they'll be back for the movies. Same way Vision will be back for sure.
But like we don't even know who Speed is until like Vision Quest comes out.
Well, no, he was cast. Tommy was cast
for Vision Quest.
Yeah, and they'll come back.
Okay. I mean, I just figure like those are like storylines that we'll see continued. If Marvel has learned nothing, it's like just keep those characters in TV because nobody's gonna know who they are in Doomsday.
Well, I think they know WandaVision and also Multiverse of Madness had Billy and Tommy, so like they're
but again,
ongoing.
These are characters connected to Wanda who won't be in Doomsday. So like, what are they going to do in Doomsday? We do know that. Like Wanda's not going to be in Doomsday. So like, what's their purpose?
Neither is Toby.
Like, zero Avengers have any connection to Wiccan and Speed. Zero.
Yeah, so that's how that goes for every Avengers movie until they meet, and now they have a connection.
But like what's Shang-Chi going to need help from Wiccan and Speed for? Like
they're really powerful, sir.
like what's their in? Like what's their in? It's like, hey guys, we're here. Like it feels so random that Wiccan and Speed in this movie. I'm willing to
watch Young Avengers at all.
I don't want them in the movie. What are they going to do in Doomsday?
They can do plenty.
Like fight Doom bots and fight Doom clones and stuff.
They do sorcery.
Like just keep them in TV.
Ah, man, I disagree.
Yeah, in a fight, but like story-wise, what can they do?
Story-wise, what can they do?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Why is Woody back in Toy Story 5?
It's totally different. It's like Kevin Feige. You should have learned to like keep these Disney Plus characters in Disney Plus. We don't
do
need
you not
to see
want
them
Kamala
in
on the big screen anymore?
I mean, if they're relegating her to her champions, let her lead champions on the TV side. I'll be more happy with that. I mean, like if she's still staying with Carol, she has more of an in because she's with Carol. With the Maximoffs, it's like what do we got? And Kamala at least has been in a movie before. The other two haven't been in a movie at all.
I guess these new actor iterations aren't, but their characters were in Multiverse of Madness.
I guess. I'm willing to bet. I bet money that they're not in this movie. Money.
How much?
$20.
I'll take you.
Okay.
On that.
Deal.
In a year. I'll see you. Write it down. Yeah. Set an alarm. I'm gonna be broke as hell and be like, "Fuck." All right, moving on to the next stuff though. A person asked if Damson Idris is the new Black Panther, and Alex he said I refused to comment. Which anytime I hear anything that's not a no, I'm like, so it's a yes.
So it's a yes. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
for sure.
Alex had once this person was asking that Alex had posted a while back a gif of Shuri in her lab working on Vision around the time stuff about Vision Quest was being discussed. Does this mean Wakanda or Shuri would be featured in Vision Quest? And Alex says, remember when Shuri was working on Vision Infinity War and was trying to detach Vision from the Mind Stone while preserving his personality and memories in his body? Food for thought. So that sounds to me like Shuri will be a factor in restoring Vision's memories, attachment to his memories in Vision Quest. That's what that sounds like to me.
You think Shuri's going to be in Vision Quest?
Anything's possible. What's Letitia Wright doing?
Zero chance.
What's she doing? Anybody can pop up.
She's doing absolutely nothing.
That's what I'm saying. Evan.
Okay, fine.
I'm surprised when this universe is connected. It's a fucking connected universe.
You're right. This one I can say like 50% chance. 50%.
50. All right. In regards to Blade, that Blade movie sure is taking a while to coalesce, huh? Would you want to? He's asking. Derry is asking who they'd like to see direct Blade. Alex is like Fede Alvarez or Dan Trachtenberg right now. Sounds really good. Okay, so the person's asking, how will Hulk's role in Brand New Day? set up his story in Doomsday, and what impact will it have? I really hope the Russo brothers have a plan for Hulk this time. Alex says, basically they're going to unleash the savagery. We're going back to the whole Savage Hulk angle, which we've talked about before. But yeah, that's exciting to see.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I agree.
Someone had brought up a question about. Alex had once said something about a multiversal loop regarding the Kangs that was going to be a thing. Will that still be addressed, or will it be made so that it never involved the Kangs in the first place, or just made into something else entirely? Alex says Doom will basically take the spot of the Conqueror's motivations from Quantumania and manifest them, so he'll be pissed about people messing with timelines and causing incursions.
That tracks. That makes sense.
Yeah, I could definitely see like Doom being the prideful person who wants to fix the universe, right?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Person asked, let's say Destin Daniel Cretton makes an amazing Spider-Man movie. Will he drop other projects for more Spidey sequels, or will Sony find a new director? Alex says it's definitely a case of movie by movie basis, but right now the morale is so high with the crew and how Destin is shaping this movie up to be that he would be hard to fill his shoes, even if the movie isn't a success, which I doubt because Mr. Critton has some cojones to pull off what he's about to do.
That's a lot of high praise from a man, Destin.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like they want to make this a Destin trilogy if they can, unless he wants to do Shang-Chi 2 himself. So I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Maybe you could do like 2 years apart between them, like he bounced to do Shang-Chi for a couple of years, then back to Spidey.
That'll be that's like an ideal scenario, but the Marvel machine might not be able to do that. So we'll have to wait.
So you're saying we should do a team up movie?
Oh yes, I would pay $1 million for that.
Yeah. Person asked, do you know if the MCU plans to introduce an original Green Goblin or Dr. Octopus, not Defoe or Molina, for Tom Holland's Peter to fight? And if so, how will they get around the fact that due to No Way Home, Peter knows that Norman and Otto are villains and thus removes the personal stakes to Peter Parker's side of their relationship with him? Very curious to hear your thoughts. Alex says, yes, definitely. And the way that Marvel is handling it in Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man is going to mirror what the MCU will do for Spidey's story moving forward. It won't be one for one, but the story beats are going to parallel, kind of like how some story beats in the MCU parallel some stories in What If.
That's funny because we talked about how Marvel should just do what Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man did, which was a very, very good description of Peter and Norman's relationship.
Yeah.
But again, you can't really do that if they know each other. I mean, Norman wouldn't. A new Norman wouldn't know Peter. Peter would know a new Norman though. But like,
yeah,
if they do the whole Secret Wars New Universe thing, they could do the whole memory loss thing, which is pretty lame. But I don't know if they would do that. I don't know. Like what's your get around for that?
Oh, I think I had one time suggested the idea that maybe Norman doesn't show any like real signs of treachery or becoming the Goblin, but then they might like surprise us, and then Harry becomes the Goblin instead. Maybe they could do that, which would skirt around it. He doesn't know Harry, and if he goes to develop a friendship, that would create personal stakes there.
That'd be really cool. But isn't it unfortunate though? Like this is the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the movie version of the comic books, and we're unfortunately hamstrung from getting an organic Peter and Norman storyline.
Yeah, which is why I don't think that
that's just so unfortunate.
I think it might just be a situation where like, oh, everything seems like okay and cool, and then you'll get that attachment rolling, and then when it would actually be kind of cool to have like Peter sees like the breadcrumbs that would lead to it, and he tries to actively stop that progression, but maybe his involvement of trying to stop it leads to the downfall ultimately by the end.
Now we're cooking. That could be good. That could be a good route. Like he knows it, so he tries to prevent it, but in trying to prevent it, he causes it anyways. That could be kind of cool. For Doc Ock, I don't know. Again, it's just so unfortunate that we had him interact with these iconic characters already. Which means, like, you know, by the time we get these characters, it's going to be like 10 years past No Way Home anyways. So it'll be like a decade down the line. So it'll be fine. Whatever. How much more we got? I got to go soon.
A couple more. Person asked if Sadie Sink will be playing Shothra in Brand New Day. Alex says I refuse to comment. Shothra is a character in the Spider-Man comics who is like one of those. She's an insectoid villain who is one of the Spider-Man villains that like hunts like spider totems, like the important like spider people in the greater multiverse of the Spidey stories. I don't know if they're gonna go that big with her. But it's also so weird. It's just like just say who she is, man. I'm tired.
Yeah, they're gonna keep. He probably doesn't know. But what's the next one?
Asked if there was going to be like big crossover with more of Yelena and Peter after Brand New Day, and Alex says there's something really identifying that. Even like the scene in Brand New Day is so short, so it doesn't look like that's going to lead to anything bigger. People asking what Zendaya's role is going to be in Brand New Day, and it's nothing too detailed. Only the fact that her coming from MIT is going to like. He keeps saying that MIT is evil in the movie, so I guess like that's going to produce some villainous stuff. The schooling of MIT.
Yeah, I'm very, very, very curious what that even means. But
yeah. Person asked, will the characters Spider-Man, Hulk, or Punisher in Brand New Day connect more to Doomsday or Secret Wars? And Alex says it depends on the character.
Mm-hmm.
Alex had also said stuff like Wonder Man. There was reports that Wonder Man would have like some like horror elements in it. Person was wondering if that's still consistent, and he says it's going to be around in the same way like WandaVision has some horror elements sprinkled in there.
Yeah. I can see that because it seems more like a comedy, kind of like a She-Hulk type of show, but I can see them getting horror in terms of like what his powers can do. He's a very powerful character.
Yeah. And then a couple more things with like the X-Men. So it was reported that it looks like Magneto is going to have like a fully realized Genosha in this universe they're going to go to for Doomsday, and that his motivation is going to be defending Genosha from the coming conflict of Doom, which I think is cool to explore.
That makes a lot of sense. That's a good lead into like where this character is at, what he's been doing, and some good conflict on his end of the side of the storyline. I can see that.
Yeah. Person was posing a question if because it looks like there's going to do an Avengers versus X-Men type thing, or at least like allude to it. The person asked, like, do you think like any of the X-Men will kill an Avenger by accident or on purpose, and that could lead to the greater versus conflict? Alex says, I don't really think that's going to happen. At least no one's going to like intentionally kill an Avenger, but that could be a conflict for a lot later. And this, I'll do like a couple more here. Cool thing is saying Cyclops and the Summers family are getting a particular focus in the next X-Men saga. Person's asking if they do. Might we see Cable again? Alex says they're all fair game, but we're starting out in the very early days with the X-Men roster they've got planned. He also says it looks like the roster is going to consist of Cyclops and Jean as co-leaders of the team, and he also heard other names like Angel, Beast, Gambit, Rogue, and Nightcrawler could be a part of it.
So classic. What's his name? The Claremont run from the 90s, like just the classic OG team right there.
Yeah, I think so.
Makes a lot of sense.
Otherwise, Kang is going to be completely forgotten, and he will be addressed in the coming Avengers films. But like, he's not going to like be featured. But like, he will be like he's
They're
like
gonna kill him off.
If they wanted to, I don't know, but he's going to at least be like the seed that starts the whole conflict. But that would about do it, I think. And then Midnight Suns is likely to be set up post Reset universe.
They keep saying Midnight Suns. It's going to be set up there, set up here, set up here. I'll believe Midnight Suns when we get an announcement on Midnight Suns.
Yeah.
But yeah, find me on Twitter at HarrisEV9. Talking all things anime. The Mighty Nine, the new Critical Role show, comes out Wednesday. They dropped the first episode over the weekend. It was really, really great. They're dropping 3 episodes on Wednesday and 1 episode every week after that. I can't wait. This show, I love Legend of Vox Machina. It was my favorite show of last year. So I'm excited to see what Mighty Nine can do this time around. Super hyped.
Right on. You follow me at _Time Blazer, making a show called Time Blazer with co-star and creative consultant Evan Harris.
Playing Ben, who's getting a better treatment in Time Blazer than Marge in It Welcome to Derry. She is going through it. Ben, he'll be fine. He's doing okay.
Probably, but also everybody's going through it in Time Blazer. They've already experienced the tragedy, so
we're post-tragedy.
We're post-traumatic. That's what we are. So that being said, if you enjoyed this, make sure you like button, subscribe, and already ring the bell so you don't miss coverage on all things movie and TV. Catch us next time talking more movie and TV. See you guys.
Peace out.